It's that same old startup screen glow, blowing dust off a gray game logo. Saturday stacked in a plastic case, sleepover scores we can't erase. Kirk's got stats like a cheat sheet code, and he's got jokes from the late night shows. Top 4 takes from a childhood stash, argue till the credits crash. Welcome to my nostalgia therapy. Tougher reasons I still feel 16. Pixel hearts and worn out DVDs. Play it back, let it all come clean. Laughing like we never had to leave. Hit subscribe to the Kid in Me. Every week's another memory. Yeah, this is my nostalgia therapy.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. Andy, nostalgia therapy. I am digging it, man. New kind of intro song. Love the old two. You know, one of them got flagged for no apparent reason because we got that off of a free, what do you call it? Free music site, whatever.
Yeah.
And our last one was fun, but music last month, we talked pop punk. That's your jam. And you went to work and said, let's see what the old AI will throw on. And it just is fun. It's fun.
Just makes me think that all pop punk music when I was a kid was AI in the first place. I'm worried. I don't know how it makes me feel.
Hey, so we got 2 people in. Who's out there? Say hello. Say hello. Pretty soon we're about to have this big boost. Right? Boom. And it's going to go to like 30.
What is the goal?
If we get over 47, I'm eating Bean Boozled tonight because 47 is the record.
Even if it's on the booth.
Hello. Hey, so Andy, a couple things. The football schedule released. The main games. Saints got a big game. Chiefs got 3 good games. I'm in the chat, says Marvin. Welcome in, Marvin. Marvin's also streaming over on his side. So if you're over there, say hello. And hey, look, we're talking top 4 creative movies of all time. And this is a fun chat. Man, I had a blast going through this. Sometimes I go through some and they're a little grueling. It's like, man, I don't even know where I'm going to go. This one was fun, man. My mind was zipping all over the place. 7 people in chat. 20, there they are. Boom.
There's the boost. Come on, 48. We need 48. Can I get a 48?
48 for Bean Boozled. 48.
Ah, nice. Good luck.
Hey, so let's get into this thing. Creative movies. So there's a whole bunch of ways we can go. Before our friends all dip out, let's get our guests out here. Get us that great Bean Boozled footage ready to go. But top 4, here it is. Your top 4 creative movies of all time. Let's get it. Oh, Bryce J. Dub, Ray. Bryce, if you're bringing him over, the record's 48. Bryce J. Dub in the house. Bryce J. Dub, we love you, man. Everybody, Bryce J. Dub is working to get to that 20K subscribers. He is, dude, you know, Andy, like a month and some change ago, he was at 7. And now he's at like about to break 20K. He's
hanging out with Mr. Beast is what I heard.
Yeah, man. He's going to have a plaque here soon. Kenneth Bird in the house. Kenneth Bird. We always love Kenneth Bird because he is the very first ever winner of a prize on this show. And Kenneth, we love you, man. All right, so let's get our guys out here, though. So I'm going to announce we have 2 very good creatives. You know, we talk about creative movies tonight. And I love that they picked this because both of them kind of are in a world that really deals with inspiration, deals with creativity. And so they figured it out. I think it might have been almost on accident. One of them threw it out. The other one's like, cool, we'll do it. But I think it's perfect. So let's introduce first to the show our guys, Giles Hash. He's a part of the Disciple Gaming Ministry. Come on down and hang out. What's up, Giles?
How's it going today?
All right, where's our audience? They're being very rude.
Coming in a little late on that applause, huh?
What's up, Bryce? What's up, Bryce? And let's get our other guy out here first before we get to chatting with you, Giles. Thanks for being here. But let's get Marvin Wynn with The Edge Comics. Let's get him out here. There he is. Hey, so look, it's your time to shine, Giles and Marvin. You guys, you're first timers here. We call the chat the Summit Squad. We'll talk to them all night. It'll vary up and down who's here. And Bryce is here. Ken is here. Let them know all about your channel and what your creation, your nook of the internet is. It doesn't matter where it's at. We want people to come and visit if you'll have them. And Giles, you'll go first. Tell everybody about your ministry, the Disciple Gaming Ministry. Let everybody know about that. Dexterity, welcome in. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here over on the short side. And Agent Smith, welcome in. Welcome in, Agent Smith. We love you, man. Hey, so Giles, tell everybody about your channel or what you got going on.
Hey, so I'm Giles. I'm with Disciple Gaming Ministry. My day job is working for a university, but on the side, I'm actually doing a gaming ministry where I play Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, right now, I'm playing Daggerheart, which was created by the great people over at Darrington Press. That's Critical Role. I'm running that at a local church as well as a local brewery. My goal is to use TTRPGs, tabletop role-playing games, as an evangelism tool and a discipleship tool. So when I'm going into churches, I'm using it to teach biblical truth, biblical theology, and allowing players to practice doctrine at the table. And then after I go into non-Christian locations, so if I'm going to a brewery or going to a local convention, I'm using that as an opportunity to show that, yeah, Christians can play games as well. And we have a really good time with it. And then it opens up an opportunity to have awesome gospel conversations. I've met some of my closest friends at the gaming table and want to share the joy that I have from Jesus in my life. I want to share that with other gamers as well. So that's pretty much what I do. I'm over at disciple.gm on Instagram. You can find pretty much everything I do over on disciplegaming.com. I don't do a whole lot online outside of Instagram because I am an in-person organization. But yeah, you can check me out all over disciplegaming.com and over on Instagram.
Nice.
Hey, man, I absolutely love that, but I'm just going to throw this out here for you. Look, hey, Giles, don't hate on my best friend over here. He dislikes RPGs very much so. Even and if the board game takes longer to read the instructions than to finish, he's out. He is out. So go ahead, share.
Yeah. So Giles is telling us in the chat. I have to translate for him because he lost your audio again. I don't know what's happening.
Oh.
But he was saying how much I truly appreciate everything that you do. No, what he was really saying is, when it comes to anything RPG for me, man, it's just not my deal. But I do love the fact that you're using it as an evangelism tool. So I'm all about that stuff. I just even a card game. When somebody's explaining a new card game to me, I check out after 5. I'm just like, dude, this is too much. I don't know what it's always been about me, but it's just things. But I love that we have a game. I don't know what denomination or fellowship you're with, but in the Assemblies of God, we have BGMC, which is our missions fundraising stuff for kids. And they just came out. I say just over the last year or so, they came out with a kind of like a Magic the Gathering or like Pokemon even type card game that teaches kids about missions, and it's a lot of fun. And the kids in I do kids ministry at our church a lot, and the kids just love to, they bring in their coins and stuff and get a pack of cards. It's a blast. So any way you can connect games with the gospel is fantastic. So I love that.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Can you hear me now, Giles?
I can, yes.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. What I was telling you is my very good friend over here hates RPGs, and that's
I said it a little more eloquently.
I love RPGs, and that's one of the things we don't get along at a little bit. But hey, and also I was going to share this. We are with a group called Culture Box. Have you heard of Culture Box, Giles?
I have not. It might sound familiar, but I've been running into a lot of organizations.
You don't have to. I can hear you too, Kirk. Thank you. Waves and Games, we love you, man. Peter, thanks for being here. Hey, so Culture Box, we're a part of them. We'll share one of them later. But we used to have it's like 5 or 6 Christian content, nerdy creators. And we're all just kind of together, and kind of the mission is just to support each other, right? Mm-hmm. And one of them used to be called Playing Games with Strangers. And all they did was play Dungeons and Dragons online. And everybody watched and came and did it and whatever. And they played off the Stranger Things and then playing games and then all that stuff. But fun stuff, man. We appreciate all walks of life in the nerd content to help share the gospel. So that's really cool. So thanks for being here. We're excited.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, man. And Marvin,
yes,
so you have a unique thing. Well, not unique to everybody in the world, but unique at least on this panel. You actually are a comic book writer, artist, and all that jazz. And tell us what you got going on. What's your comic book about? Where they can find it? I know you got a Kickstarter. Let's all support it if we can. But yeah, tell us all about that.
Sure. So Marvin Wynn, I am the writer of The Edge and the publisher of Comicsburg. So generally, if you're looking for anything Comicsburg, you can hit up, as it says in my little profile thing here, comicsburg.com. And you can get from the socials there. The Edge also has its own website, theedgecomic.com. So what The Edge is about, it's about people who have been dosed with a drug that gives them all those super special powers that you see in other comic books about superheroes. The downside of it is that the more they use those powers, the closer they are to insanity or death. Wow. So it's all about consequences of power. Some of the characters use the power like they don't care that they're going to expire and they get infected. Other ones are more cautious with their powers, but I find that I didn't ever like the idea that anybody can control power like that. So how do you control shooting lasers from your eyes? How is that something you can stop? How is that something that you can control? And how is that something that doesn't do something when you're not expecting it? So like any of the powers they use have some kind of built-in weakness or some kind of consequence every time they use it. I am the publisher of Comicsburg. Comicsburg started as a publisher back in 2020. We did have a deal with Diamond Comics. Diamond went under, so we are currently still looking for distribution for our single titles. We do have a distributor, IPG, for our trades. We also do what's called Script to Store, where we talk to people from all walks of life about how to create a comic book, taking it from beginning to end. And we kind of like splash cold water on some people, because when you're talking to people who don't know how comics are created and you tell them it could take 6 months to a year to do one book, their eyes widen and they get a little cautious. But we always tell them that, I mean, you can't fail at something if you never do. So at least try to get it out there and create your thing, because the only person that can get that done is you, because it's the only thing that's in your head right now.
Yeah. And that's great. I mean, we're talking creative movies tonight. That's a creative concept right there for a comic book. I really love that. That's awesome.
Speaking of creations, though, Andy and Marvin, you're in the midst of some new writers. Andy has actually wrote a Christian allegory of a hippopotamus that it's for children. It's a children's book. I have written my first of what I hope to be 3 young adult novels that's in the fantasy fiction realm, and it's also very, very allegorical in a sense that it plays a lot off of Narnia, Lord of the Rings, that kind of stuff, but in my own brain, like you said. And both of us are working on some devotionals that are in the nerd space, which people can get. We'll talk about those in a little bit. Let's get the show going. You're going to go first tonight, Marvin. Thanks for being here. I cannot wait to check out The Edge. That sounds awesome. That is very creative. And I believe Giles picked this topic, but you were like, hey man, I'm in for whatever. And I think this is going to be right up our alley. So let's start with Rosie. But before you do, tell everybody your criteria. Like, what were you thinking when you're like, curating this list? You're sitting there in your house, you're kind of scrolling through. Did you just go off the top of your head? You Google some things, whatever you did, and tell us why you went this direction, and then we'll talk about Rosie. Rosie is Roosevelt. Arbitrarily, we think he's the fourth best. He's number 4. You're up, and tell us your number 4.
So my number 4 movie on my
tell us your criteria first.
Oh, criteria was things that make me think.
Oh yeah.
Like anything that has interesting story structure, anything that has interesting characters, and anything that kind of bends the rules when it comes to story. Something that it's kind of going on a path, and then it goes off onto another path, and you're like, why did they make that choice, and how does it affect the movie itself? So, and that's that. My 4th movie is The Fifth Element.
Oh, great!
Hit me. Benjamin off the board already for me. Benjamin off the board. Love this movie. Tell me why it's in your top.
It's a bender because the hero and the villain are never on screen together in the entire movie.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
Not once does Bruce Willis's character meet the villain in that movie. They never talk to each other. They never see each other. But each action they're taking is affecting the other one's everything that's going on with the other person. So every time Bruce Willis takes an action, it affects Zorn. Every time Zorn takes an action, it affects Bruce Willis. But they never see or talk to each other in the entire movie. And I feel like that's very creative as a creator, is keeping them separated, because in what other movie do the villain and the hero not meet and face off?
Now, I love that. And you know what? I've seen that movie a lot of times, and I didn't even put that together. But one of my favorite movies of all time is Heat. And what I love about Heat is that the good guy and the villain actually meet before and talk over a cup of coffee, that it's about to go down. And dude, that's a great point. I love this movie for multiple reasons. I mean, Chris Tucker's hair is enough to put this in great but the kind of the little side beasts, the actual Fifth Element, the girl, the statues, I'm a sci-fi guy, especially if it's off the beaten path, a little kind of cultish following. I love that kind of stuff. I love to dig in and see the lore. And I love how it played on some other things that we've always kind of wondered, the pyramids and things. You're like, oh, maybe, yeah, whatever. But it's just a fun movie, and Bruce Willis, right?
Come on.
But I don't know. I'm gotta be careful saying his name today, because Andy knows why. But we have a tendency to mention things that don't last long, and he is very smart. He is very smart. I was 8 or 9 when this movie came out. Fantastic movie, by the way, for everything that you just said, Kirk. But as an 8, and again, we could be family appropriate here, but as an 8 or a 9-year-old boy, when we saw Leader, we were, come on. We're all guys here, we understand. I was like, I think I might have fallen in love at 8. Well, I'm 10 years older, so I was 18, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a little different conversation.
Yeah, for sure. So, but besides that, obviously, great movie, very creative. One thing that we threw out one time, and I don't think it was in this, it's an interesting side note of Bruce Willis movies. Bruce Willis has a lot of movies with a number in the title. Yeah. If you go through them, I mean, how many, Fifth Element, there's some other ones. There's we went through them one time. Yeah. But yeah, it's good stuff. Giles, do you like, and obviously you might even have it on your list later, do you like Fifth Element?
Oh, it's a great movie. I quote it all the time. My wife and I just watched it when it came back on Netflix, and I've been known to scream out Chris Tucker lines just in the middle of a game, because it's just a brilliant movie. It is absolutely visually stunning. I do have to argue with Marvin a little bit. I wouldn't say that the that there's a single hero. I would say that Lilu is also a protagonist.
Oh, yeah.
It's a dual protagonist, and she does come face to face with the antagonist. But I would also say the other movie where the antagonist and protagonist don't connect would be Samwise Gamgee and Sauron in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because Samwise is absolutely the protagonist of that trilogy.
I would agree. I've seen that argument, not that argument, but I've seen that side of things, and it's fun. It's fun to think about that. Samwise is awesome. Good pull. Good pull. Hey, since you're up, why don't you tell us your criteria and see what your number 4 is? We call him Rosie. What's your number?
So my criteria is anything that makes me want to tell a story. I've been writing since I was 11. I had aspirations of being a professional author, young adult, and then adult, mostly fantasy. I did shift into sci-fi a little bit before I shifted into gaming ministry. But a lot of what I do as a game master is writing. It's telling a creative story along with my players. And so any story, any movie that makes me want to tell a story, craft something new, craft something unique, that's kind of where my criteria comes from. So these are going to be all over the place. But my Rosie, I'm going to start out with the Ocean's trilogy. It's cheating a little bit, I know. I'm picking the Ocean's trilogy, specifically George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and I can't remember the rest of the cast. But I love the way that story plays out in each of the movies, where the con of the entire thing just kind of, it sets up a premise, and then you have to work out how are they going to make it happen. And I like the setup, and then I like the payoff, and when they show the behind the scenes of how they made things happen, kind of those flashbacks that jump in with the little things that they did in between when we first saw their plan and when it was executed. How did they make it happen? It makes me feel like I'm watching a mystery while they're feeding me the final pieces. The storytelling itself, to me, doesn't feel like they're lying to me at any point. They're just keeping enough breadcrumbs out of the path to make it a surprise once the reveal is done. And I like a good twist ending, even if it is something that I thought I saw coming.
Yeah.
Well,
Great
first
pick.
off, Andy, what do we call that?
What do we call it? That's a veteran move.
That's a veteran move.
A move to pull a few movies, few picks out in one. I like that.
You're gonna get something more than we bargained for, because we gotta. Yeah, that's a veteran move.
I'm also going to say that I'm an odd person out. I think Ocean's 12 is equally as good as 11 and 13. I know most people think that Ocean's 12 was the worst movie in any Ocean's series.
I like 11, 12. I liked all 3. 11, 12, 13. What was the one with the girls? Ocean 8?
Ocean's 8, yeah.
Yeah, I could have done without that one, but it was okay.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it was
what
another
I
movie.
will say is, first off, I didn't even think this route. When I was thinking my criteria, I'll talk about it in a minute. This was not in there, but I love the explanation. I am a sucker for a good heist movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just Oceans. Anything heist where it's kind of going through, we're laying the blueprints out, and then you show the guy coming around the corner. Hey, he's over here. Blah, and you're like, almost like you're like playing Metal Gear Solid, but you're like watching it.
Heist or con movie or both.
Yeah, man. I love a good heist movie. Which is Heat. Heat does similar things in that vein. But man, I love this. Andy and Marvin, you got some comments on Ocean's series trilogy?
So you guys are going to yell at me. I haven't seen those movies.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're not too mad at you. We're just going to say, yeah, get on it.
I will say I've seen them. It's not one. Kirk will tell you, and we'll talk about it, I'm sure, quite a bit this series, because it's movies and TV. If I love a movie, I watch it like 100 times. Not even kidding. Like I just get stuck on it. Oceans, I've watched a few times, but it's not.
I love this comment here. One day I watched Italian Job 3 times in a row. What a great day. I don't like Brad Pitt, but those movies are great. He doesn't like Brad Pitt's too cute for Steven, so he doesn't like.
He's just like Shania Twain. So what if you're Brad Pitt? That doesn't impress me.
So everybody, Flipper Dude is Steven. He's been on the show before. Waves and Games is Peter. He's been on the show before. Agent Smith, maybe one day we'll have you on the show. Bryce has been on the show. Oh, I didn't even see Kevin come in. Kevin is my friend from 8th grade.
Hey, yo.
Thanks for being here, Kev. We love you. And and Bud Files. Hello, Bud Files. Didn't see you pop in there. But hey, Oceans. So Oceans, you guys haven't seen Oceans. That's crazy, huh?
I've seen Oceans. I've seen it. It's not one that it's not been a rewatch for me.
Yeah, well,
and that's the immediate, that bumps it up to where.
So Andy is really into comedy. Comedy is the big part, and there is some comedy in that. But let me turn that up. Comedy is his jam, and if he likes it, he's going to watch it 1,000,000 times. How many times do you think you've seen The Office all the way through, Andy?
It's disgusting. How many times?
Probably 30, 40.
It's disgusting. I'll just say how many times.
I'll say this. I'll do that about Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I've seen that like at least 30, 40 times.
Wow. I am especially on TV. The movies, I'll watch them over and over again, but they're like 5-10 years apart. I'll be like, I'm gonna watch it again. TV, if I watch it all the way through, it's a real hard press for me to get to watch it again. I don't care how good it is, because I got more I want to watch. I don't want to go back and watch that again. Jeez,
I go to an Italian restaurant and I order chicken parm. I don't even look at it. You know what I mean? I just need my comfort meal. I need my comfort show, and I'm good. That's what I want.
Yeah. All right, Andy. Well, what's your comfort creativity criteria? How do we do there?
Waves and Games calling me out here.
Andy watches The Office over and over again because.
And then Kevin says
you like your enthusiasm.
That is a hilarious show.
It is hilarious.
I saw a scene the other day we'll get on a tangent if I talk about that. All right, let me get into mine. Criteria for me was either conceptually the movie was something that was just really fresh, or it was something that the writing for it is just I don't even know what my criteria is. If I can be real with you guys,
that's a first.
I'm in the process of moving right now. We're literally moving.
Hey, so this is the last time you're ever in that.
This is actually my
That's
last.
why there's nothing on the walls.
This is my last night. I'm in my room right now. My bed is on the floor. That's where we're at. That's the stage of moving we're in right now. I know that Bryce had mentioned that before. No backdrop. Yeah, it's because everything's packed up, man. But anyway, yeah. Oh, dude, I know. No shade for sure. I totally get it. But yeah, so I just when I think creative movie, these are the ones that are coming to my mind, and they're going to make sense for me. I don't think I'm going to say anything that's going to surprise you today, as far as just these all fit into that, and they fit my kind of taste of movie. So with all that said, my first movie, my Rosie off of my list, and Kirk, I have a feeling you're going to talk about this one later. I just do. When I thought creative movie, you've talked about this movie. I think every time we can talk about movies, you've mentioned this movie some kind of way. This is right up your alley as far as the writing for this movie. I love it. I love the. It's not even necessarily that it was an original concept for a thing, because it's a thing that had been around for a long time. But the fact that they put it in movie form and what it has spawned since this.
Are you serious right now?
Everything is awesome, man. I'm going Lego movie right off the bat. The Lego movie has to be talked about today. And Kirk, I know, we can get to that in a little bit, but this movie is so creative in the sense of, again, Legos are a thing that we had, and I love playing with Legos. They were my jam. I love playing with those as toys. I love today, my kids will want Legos. And speaking of my kids, my daughter's running in here right now, but you'll have to mind her.
Which one? Oh, Daphne.
Daphne just hanging out,
Hey, anyway. Daph.
But I love playing with Legos. My kids will get Legos and give up after 10 minutes, and I will stick around and finish it for them, because it's like therapy to me. It's a weird, meticulous thing. But on screen, almost that stop motion feel or whatever of everything. It's one of the best. Kirk, you'll talk about it, I'm sure. One of the best written movies. Every little Pokemon in that movie will be.
Can you just stop talking?
What's that?
Can you just? I'm just playing.
Yeah, go for it, and we'll just throw it out there.
Dude, right off the bat,
I thought you were gonna go higher with it.
You called me out. Listen, I'm just gonna throw this out there. For a commercial, like literally, this is a freaking toy commercial. For a commercial, this is the smartest writing ever. Like there's so many small details, all the way down to that freaking astronaut's freaking helmet broken that we all broke as a kid, right? There are so many details in this movie that are perfect, right? And dude, I love that you called me out on it. This when the topic came up, this is where I started, Andy. I started Lego Movie, and there's one other movie that I always say, Andy, is just I think like almost perfect writing, like because you for something so stupid and silly in this toy that really has no life, it breathed life into it. And then we get Lego Batman. There's a veteran move, and then there's some other things that go along with it. But man, I love this pick more than I knew. I almost had it in my George, but the other three movies I just think are not necessarily more creative, but I just love them more. They're more rewatchable for me. This is a great pick. Now, I do have some stats, Andy. I say stats. You know how I always do it. First off, well, maybe not. So let me get to my list. So the Lego Movie. If Aaron was here, Aaron's my coworker. If he was here, he would tell you he's the biggest Lego fan out there. And when this movie came out, the games had already happened. Some of the games were kind of bebopping around, but by 2014, this movie, I mean, it has a great cast too, right? And Chris Pratt, Morgan Freeman, Will Ferrell, Liam Neeson, Elizabeth Banks. I mean, they went all out and I love this, Emmett Burkowski. I mean, like just simple things like that are funny, and it's a good movie. If you don't like it, I don't know. I don't know. Either you don't play with Lego, or you're just not easily entertained. Like you just sit and watch and you go, I can watch it every time and find something new that's in the background and be like, oh, did you see that? I never noticed that. Did you see they put that in the background? Like the instruction manuals and how all that, sometimes they're missing the front page. All stuff we used to do as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Lego Movie.
Of the amount of little Easter eggs that you would find in the movie.
Tremendous. Whoever actually like was on that team drawing, they must have had a blast going, hey, man, we need to add this. Hey, remember when we did this? Like that must have been a great room to sit in and just kind of put together. It's awesome. I love it.
Would you guys think
Lego Movie as much as we do?
Oh yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, I like Batman in the Lego world.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I love that movie tremendously. Yeah. Without the first one, I don't think you get the second one. I guess you could, but because they did all the other. Lego's always in all these franchises. Mm-hmm. Which I almost bought Back to the Future DeLorean the other day, Andy, while I was in Charleston.
The problem I have with Legos is that, I mean, the money to buy a set is just.
And where are you going to put it?
Stupid. Yeah. No, it's crazy. So I just rely on other people to get Legos. And
my kids love Legos. My son's been buying. It's not Legos. It's actually Mega Blocks. Don't crucify him, but he loves the Pokemon ones. And now that Lego actually is doing Pokemon, I'm like, let's get the Mega Blocks because Lego is like $75. The Mega Blocks is like $40. Let's save a little nickel. But
a quick shout out to Charles in the chat. Beneath the Tangles.
So with that being said, man, there's 12 people I'm talking. So Charles is actually going to be on the show in like a month. Charles, thanks for being here. He's going to be on the show with Religious Fanboy. And we're going to talk top 4 anime intros of all time. I'm doing my homework on that one, Andy. I mean, I've really had to dig into that one. Everything
Cowboy
is
Bebop all
awesome.
the way.
Yeah, man. Wait, what'd you say?
Cowboy Bebop all the way.
I like Cowboy Bebop. It might actually make a Benjamin of mine. But yeah. Marvin,
Yes, sir.
did you say you like Lego Movie? You like
Yeah,
Batman?
I said it really like Batman.
Yeah, Batman. You're an artist, though. So you're an artist. Wait, so you do the comic? Did you do the comic, all of it, like artistry?
Yeah,
writing,
I'm the writer. Yeah, I'm the
painter,
writer.
all that.
I just do all the phrasing and wording and things like that. My artist his name is Mark. He's from the Philippines, so he does all the.
Okay, so I didn't want to overstate, because I was gonna be like, as an artist, but I mean, even a writer, like,
yes,
just being in that room had to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just silly fun, man, and especially the Lego Batman,
right?
Making it.
I mean, and you have to think that there were no bad ideas. Like everything that someone threw out probably ended up in that movie. There's probably very little that they were like, no, that's dumb. No, that's dumb. Like everything,
even all the way to the very end when you find out who Lord Business really is.
Yeah,
you know, and that's just like awesome. I mean, hence the movie. All right. Well, that's our first round. Now, we don't have to do criteria again, Marvin. You're up. We call him TJ Jazzy Jeff. That's Thomas Jefferson. He's number 3 on our mountain. Who is your third pick for tonight?
So, number 3 on my list is Dark City.
Great movie. Great movie. Tell everybody about Dark City.
So, Dark City is, I mean, I don't want to, like, if people haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil a lot of it. But
yeah, don't spoil it.
This is one of the modes of movies that came out at the same time, like The Matrix. So it's about a world where you aren't who you think you are, and you could be a different person every day. One day you're a lawyer, the next day you're a cop, the next day you could be someone else. And it's a situation where when someone is being changed, they kind of wake up during the middle of the change that's going on in the world, and they start to discover all the things that are going on in the background. And it's creative because it like plants seeds in the head of story, again from a story perspective of what our identities are, and what would happen if someone wiped your identity and gave you a new one every day. How would you live your life? How would you survive? And then it happens again and again and again and again, and you have no idea who you're going to be day to day. That's terrifying to me. To be a different person every day.
Man, that is kind of crazy. I have not seen this movie in, gosh. So I looked it up. It came out in '98. I probably saw it in '98 because I remember seeing it very early on. And I probably haven't seen it in at least 20 years. But I used to own the DVD. I love this cast. Kiefer Sutherland, Rufus Sewell, and Jennifer Connelly. Like, you want to talk, Andy, you want to talk about Mia? Back when I was, Jennifer Connelly was it. Like Career Opportunities, Labyrinth, you name it. But yeah, I'm watching that movie for her for sure. But I love the storyline. This was fun. Yeah, good pick. And I love this genre of movie.
Yeah.
This genre of science fiction thinking, even though it's dark, you really have to kind of like dig in a little bit. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone hasn't seen it and you like The Matrix, this predates The Matrix by a year. And you'll see some mixing of thoughts between the two movies. And you're wondering, did someone steal something from it? And then you think, oh, it's just one of those things where similar movies come out like Armageddon and
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. So every couple years in the 80s and 90s, the same movie came out multiple times. We used to say, this is the same movie. I just watched this. Why am I watching this again? And it's kind of mixed now because of the way the studios work, and they're all in cahoots with each other. So they're like, oh, no, we're making this movie already. Don't do that.
All we're doing now is re-releasing
right
old movies as the new live action version.
Right. So back then there was more freedom because the
Charles
studios were kind of
agrees.
in competition.
Charles agrees, and he's in charge. He says Dark City is awesome, one of the best movies of the 90s.
Yeah.
Which I can't disagree. I mean, that's a good pick. I haven't thought of this movie in a while. When you said it, I was like, dang, I remember that. I remember the cover where he's like all on the like circle. I remember having that DVD. But yeah, I love how you relate it to The Matrix, because those all kind of fit in that same genre. Right. You know what I mean? Like just thinking, yeah, it's a good pick. Good pick.
What is Fox? What is? And then The Matrix is a whole different one with the way that it speaks to me on its topics.
So, Giles, did you say anything about Dark City? Did you say you liked it?
I'm gonna make everybody feel old here for a second. I wasn't old enough to watch it when it originally came out. Today's the first day that I'm actually hearing about it.
Oh, so this is, you are 1 day. You're how many days old since? That kind of thing.
Yeah. I was born in 1984, so my parents would not have let me see it when it originally came out, based on the premise. So I was lucky to be able to see The Matrix in 2000 after it was on. I think we saw it on VHS. Yeah. So yeah, it was. My parents.
That's funny. The Matrix was one of the last movies that were released on VHS, and when it came out on VHS, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks later it came out on DVD, and that was the end of VHS. That was the end of it.
Yeah. Which is a sad. This is when we play the violin.
And now we just don't have physical media.
Yeah. Now, I mean, yeah. Don't even get me started. But all right, Giles. So no Dark City in your life. So that kind of curates what we're thinking. Some movies that you might not have on your list already eliminated. Yeah. Because you weren't even allowed to watch them. So, Giles, I will just say this: Andy and I didn't get saved until like yesterday. So we have a lot of picks that we did watch. So yeah, you're going to bring a whole different vibe. I know it. So what's your TJ Jazzy?
Mine's going to be kind of ironic considering what you just said. Lucky Number 11. That is by far one of my favorite movies. I saw it twice in the theater. It's starring, I forgot his name.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett, and it also had Lucy Liu, and we're talking Ben Kingsley, and so many brilliant people.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis was in it. Yeah,
and there's another number. There's another.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite movies. I love it specifically because it has what's called an O. Henry twist. A lot of people who aren't familiar with literary tropes would call it a Shyamalan twist. Basically, it's something that is unexpected, an unexpected twist that is an ironic fulfillment of the expectations. Basically, not to spoil it for anybody, but I'm going to spoil it. The movie's been out for a little over 20 years, so if you don't want to know the ending, step away for a moment. But basically, Slevin is a kid who was the son of a gambler who his entire family got offed by a hitman, and the hitman was going to be Bruce Willis to kill the kid. Bruce Willis didn't kill him, and actually trained him to be the hitman to kill the mob bosses who ordered the hit on everybody involved with a horse race, a rigged horse race. And you were watching the entire movie as this kid just shows up in town, and all of a sudden he's mistaken for somebody else. So we got mistaken identity trope, and he's pulled through this web of really creative situations that allows him to go against these mob bosses and take them out after making them suffer the same type of loss that he faced. I'm a sucker for a good revenge movie. I know I shouldn't be, considering vengeance is mine, says the Lord. But I want to see justice done by the person who was wrong when I'm watching movies. So that might give you an idea of what some of my honorable mentions are going to be. But it is such a good movie. The acting is brilliant. There are a lot of weird, funny parts. Lucy Liu is just a comedy genius. I don't think people put her in enough comedy. And it's one of my favorites. I think about it constantly.
Great pick. Funny story about this movie. I was in a metal band. They were on the show a while back, Invoke the Nightmare. And when we were writing our songs, we originally we couldn't think of a title for our songs. So we just named them 1, 2, 3, 4, just numbers.
5, 6, 11.
When we got to 7, we named it Slevin because we were obsessed with that movie at the time. That was the movie that we were like, the whole band was just watching that movie. This is a great movie. Morgan Freeman. I mean, everything you just said about it, you've pretty much covered everything about it.
Yeah.
What a fantastic movie. And this is another one, like we said, Bruce Willis movie. It's technically, we're going to call it a number because Slevin, but
It does say number.
Like a number, Slevin. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So,
Yeah, it was the name of the racehorse.
yeah. So it's a great movie. I love it.
Yeah,
This is a great movie. Been a minute since I've seen this. I'm glad of the reminder because I do love this movie. The cast, phenomenal. Like if I was to take many of the movies we've already mentioned today and just show the cast and not tell you anything that's happening, you're going to want to watch that movie. You'll be like, oh yeah, I'm watching that movie. Like, I don't care what it happens. And you show up and you're like, I don't know what I'm watching, but I know that this group of people are in it. You're going to enjoy that. Because I mean, that's just pure 90s, 2000s, like energy. I love it. Hey, Isaac, I did want to shout out Isaac. He's here. Isaac, how you doing, buddy? Isaac's going to be on the last episode of, no, actually, Isaac moved up. He helped me by moving up and moving some things around and doing some stuff. So I'm not exactly sure when he's coming on, but I think they're doing movie scenes. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of a conversation, but I think they're going to come on and do movie scenes. So that's going to be awesome with another ministry friend of ours, Popcorn Theology. So, yeah, they're going to come down. Good pick. Lucky number Slevin. Did we all get a chance to talk about that? Marvin, did you talk about Slevin?
No. I mean, I like it because I'm a fan of kind of shoot 'em up movies.
Yeah.
So movies like that. And I was trying to think of the other movie where Morgan Freeman plays a jerk. It's a shooting movie with the guy that played Professor X in the second set of X-Men movies.
Oh,
it was a superhero movie, but it had no superheroes in it.
Was it Red?
James McAvoy.
McAvoy
McAvoy was in Split, and he was in another movie. But Split had Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yeah, it's a comic book movie, but it's let me Google it real quick. I would Google it. But I'm talking about I Google it.
Oh yeah.
Red.
I know that movie. Wanted.
Was it
was
Red?
in Wanted.
Wanted.
Yeah, that had Common and Angelina Jolie. That was a good.
Wanted was the one where they bent the bullets, huh?
Right.
Yeah, Curve the Bullets. Yeah.
Oh,
So
dude,
it was a superhero comic.
I think I've only seen that movie once, but I remember walking away going, "Man, that was fun."
Yeah, it's a really fun movie, but they removed all the superhero elements from it for reasons. But there's one of the other two movies where Morgan Freeman plays a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
He just gets to play a jerk a lot in movies, and I was like, okay, so he's playing a jerk again. He's playing that same kind of jerk he was in that movie, so that makes it a good movie. But yeah, I just liked, and then I like the Josh Hart and all the punishment he takes in that movie.
Yeah,
like every other scene he's getting punched in the face,
broken nose, black eye, cut lip.
Yeah,
love it. All right, well, Andy.
Yeah,
where you at?
All right, so I've mentioned before, this is where we're gonna go. When I before going into full-time ministry, I was a teacher, and at the end of the year, I taught computer lab. Okay, so at the end of the year, they're doing state testing, all this kind of stuff's happening. There's not really much I can do. So my principal would allow me to, show movies. And, a lot of times when the ELA teacher wanted to show a movie, they would show, yeah, sure. Absolutely. But ELA teachers would want to do it and they got to tie it into something, whatever. So I had to tie this in somehow, and this tied into computer lab perfectly. I love this one. This is another one that maybe not to the extent that the Lego movie has the Easter eggs or the little kind of subtle hints at things that you can kind of see. But this one is hilarious. and I'm going to go John C. Reilly's Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Ooh, good. Yeah.
I love all of the little nods to the internet and just all of the little, E-Boy is in that. I mean, so many funny little things. It starts with the arcade. I think just the concept of the whole Ralph verse or whatever we want to call it is awesome in the comic. In the arcade, and then how there's the Game Central Station, right? Basically, there's inside of the power strip is basically like the depot, and you see all the characters mixed together. I mean, when you get to see Zangief with all these things, but then Ralph Breaks the Internet specifically brings in the kind of online gaming stuff, and they go to this GTA type world. I forget the name of the game that they were in. It was like Death City or something crazy like that. But what a creative movie there. The idea, like when they get it, we're on YouTube and stuff, and they're in the algorithm and stuff, and you just see surfing the internet. I love this movie. It's hilarious. It's another movie I saw a bunch because, like I said, I would show it. I had 7 classes a day times 5 years that we would basically. So tally that up how many times I've seen this movie. But on top of that, I mean, just the movie itself is great. Sarah Silverman in that, a lot of great actors and voice actors in this movie too. So I'm going Ralph Breaks the Internet for my
Andy, I love the list you're building, because you're building a list of a lot of those two movies are very similar in the creation. And
don't worry, my next one's going to veer off to left field, so don't worry.
Oh, well, okay. But I was kind of like saying, man, I love the way you're going. I didn't even think about this one, but it fits perfectly into this conversation.
Yeah.
You don't often see a lot of franchises just being mixed in a movie ever because of the rights and all the things. I mean, I'm pretty sure Marvin was kind of alluding to that with The Wanted, just who's got this, what they can say, what they can do. And there is a ton packed into that movie. And it's fun. It's a good story.
Sonic. I mean, great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like you got Street Fighter, you got Sonic. I mean, it's just kind of crazy, but good pick. And then I like the actual characters. This does remind me of something. I was watching a short the other day, and it was like, guess these characters from. Oh wait, hold on, pause. Hello, Jared. Welcome in, and hello, religious fanboy Quentin, and hello, I'm a Keep It Real 2214. Jared, thanks for being here. Haven't seen you in a minute. We missed you. We love you, bro. And religious fanboy is actually who's going to be on with Charles for the anime openings. Can't wait. He dropped his list. But with that being said, the short that I was watching was like, hey, guess this character by their concept art. Have you seen Ralph's concept art, Andy? It's a treat. Go check that out. It doesn't even it's hilarious. But I didn't guess it. I didn't guess it at all. That's the one I missed in that little short. This is a good pick, man. Do you guys like Ralph? Wreck-It Ralph?
I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the sequel.
Oh,
yeah. Seen the first one.
Fun.
The second
one. Not my jam. I'm not as into animated movies as I used to be, so I liked it, but it's not something I would go back to typically.
Now, you bring up a great point. I do love cartoons. I do love animated movies. I don't watch them that often unless I'm with my kids. Sometimes, and it's not trying to be like a stick in the mud or whatever. I love old Saturday morning cartoons. I'll try and watch them now. Yeah, like Tubi just dropped them all. And I'll watch like about a half a second of an episode, and my nostalgia factor will blow up, and they'll be like, okay, I'm done with this. And then I'll change it. I don't know what it is, but if my kids walk in, though, I'm pointing everything out. I'm like, look, remember, that's what I was doing. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of feel that, Giles, a little bit. So yeah. I'm surprised Andy has time for movies with all that JRPGs. The Quest. See, look, it's a running joke, Giles. It's a running joke. It is an absolute running joke. I also haven't seen the second one.
Yeah.
Also, Into the Superverse movies are crazy creative. Yeah. So, it's a good movie. It's just a great movie. I guess I'll jump in. My pick Andy, it's very similar to yours in that there are tons of cameos. I love this movie. It released on my son's 3rd birthday. The book actually released 7 years prior. I was working at Blockbuster when the movie dropped, or when the book came out. And I'm not a big reader, guys. As much as I love to dream about stories, and I am a dreamer when it comes to, I mean, I love fantasy, I love sci-fi, I love like dreaming up things, but as like the whole writing concept is not. If you guys know me, my book has been like a 20-year like journey, and I finally got the first one done. But this book, somebody at Blockbuster, I was working at Blockbuster at the time, and they were like, bro, you've got to read this. It is like a homage to nerds. And I have to obviously give it away. I'm going Ready Player One. And am I upside down? Yep. Ready Player One. This is, dude, Ernest Cline like gave it to us, man. I mean, you talk about adding in just fun stuff. And the movie obviously could not be as in depth, or would have been like Lord of the Rings length, because there's so much stuff in this. But I just love this movie. I love the book. It's a book that, you know, Andy, you talk about how you go back and rewatch the same things. This might be the only book I've ever read more than once, and I've read it a couple times. It's just fun. I actually listened to it on audio. And it also does have kind of a I actually was reading this book when my daughter was in the hospital for a couple days, and that kind of does give me a little nostalgia. But something really cool about this, there's Easter eggs inside the book that somebody actually won a DeLorean, which is crazy. So many fun things. I wrote down a few of the Easter eggs right here, Andy. And I mean, it's just crazy what is actually in this. You think about like being creative in the movie. So here's the thing. This is 2045. He goes to the Oasis. The Oasis is basically meta. And they go in and everything is virtual reality. You have your own space, your own planets. They're going in all these different things. You connect things. You collect these coins and all these credits. And the guy, which is, what's his name? Tay something. You guys might remember his name, but he's kind of a new actor. He lives in Columbus, Ohio, in the stacks. And this really famous billionaire guy that built the Oasis dies. And they're all on this quest, basically like this real life video game to win the Oasis and win everything over. But Back to the Future's in it, Iron Giant, Akira, The Shining, Halo, Street Fighter, Overwatch, Minecraft, King Kong, Jurassic Park, Batman, Alien, anime references all over the place. More movies that you can even think of. I mean, there's Bigfoot in the movie. There's all kinds of stuff. And I don't know how they pulled off this movie with all the licensing and all that, and why they were like, oh, just do it. It's going to be fun. But it happened. And the creativity is just off the charts in this movie. I love it. Ready Player One is going to be my link today.
So they were able to pull that off because Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, yes.
That's why, because he went to them and said that I'm doing this movie and I need all this stuff, and the studio was like, okay,
we're gonna make it work.
Yeah,
we'll make it work. Yeah.
I think we mentioned this way back when we did
video game movies.
Well, but we
cheated with this one.
Like books that became movies or something.
All right, yeah, I probably said it then too. Yeah.
So it's been talked about quite a bit. Ready Player One for sure. A great movie. It's
fun. This is one of my ones I love watching with the kids, because then I mean, you see all the things like, yep, there's that game. That's what that is. Explain these little things, just all the nuances that you are privy to, but they're not. You know, they're watching it for the first time. I just really enjoy it. Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Giles, you like this one?
It was a pretty good movie. I thought the book was better, but yeah, the movie was good. Some of the changes that they made into the movie, I didn't like the way. I think it changed the character perspectives a little too much, but overall, the movie was definitely fun.
The one thing I will say, Giles, that I didn't like. So you've obviously read the book. Was I didn't like how they portrayed H.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that I probably could have done without. Obviously, they skipped portions of each part of the trial because it would have been forever. But H, I was like, really? That's H? Okay. That's not what I expected. But anyways, that would have been the only one that I kind of was like, I don't know.
Yeah, the audiobook was cool. It was narrated by Will Wheaton. So
Will Wheaton.
If you want a good Will Wheaton narration. Yeah.
One of the reasons I actually did that was like, let me hear Will tell it. Yeah. So awesome. Do you like this one, Marvin?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm wondering now if there's an audiobook of Will Wheaton. Does Patrick Stewart walk in and tell him to shut up?
And I actually I purchased it, but I only listened to the first few of the kind of the follow-up book that he did with the
Ready
space.
Player 2 or
no, not Ready Player 2, the other one.
Ernest
also
Cline,
Will
bless
Wheaton
him,
does that one.
Yeah, Ernest Cline will bless him, has one trick, and he's really good at it the first time.
It's kind of like Defender. Was kind of like the basing of that one.
Armada, I think, was the name of the book.
Armada.
It's basically all of the 80s references packed into a book a third the length, and it also stole the entire plot from Ender's Game.
Right. And I got about maybe one drive to work into it, and I was like, I'm just not feeling this one as much.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for Ready Player 2. I have not done that yet. So
I've known a few people who read it. They don't recommend it, but
I'm sure that's how it usually is.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right, we're halftime. We're making good time actually, and let's pay the bills like we used to say in the 80s, and give you a couple of our friends. And these guys really don't pay us. We just want to honor them. We'll have a member of the week. We'll have a Culture Box member of the week. Andy, if you want to cue those up with our coffee of the week, I'll talk about our book of the week, which is the Directory of Christian Creators. This is something I'm really fond of. I have printed out several of these and handed them out to the conventions. And Giles, you're actually in this book.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're in this. Religious Fanboy's in this. Charles is in this. And let's see. There it is right there. Disciple Gaming Ministry right there. Right there. Is yours, Giles. But basically, while we're at the conventions, we oftentimes run into people that feel lost. And I'm sure you've seen this, Giles, at like a Dungeons and Dragons event that you might be doing, or whatever the game is you're playing now. And there'll be people that come in and they're like, wait a second, I didn't think we could do this. I didn't think you could be Christian and do this. Or my parents used to tell me I couldn't, or I stopped because Dungeons and Dragons is way more important, or my furry costume, or my video game, or my comic book, or my whatever. And we run into people like that all the time at the conventions. And I just hand them one of these books and go, hey, here are 140 people just like you and I that say differently. Go check these guys out. Do me a favor. If you stop in, just tell them we sent you. Tell them Large Marge sent you. You know what I mean? So tell them we sent you, and enjoy, because every one of these guys we trust, we believe in, we followed them. We kind of, before I built this, I kind of took about a month just watching everybody's YouTubes and Instagrams and Discords, and it's like, yep, nothing that I think shouldn't be spoken or whatever, at least in that part. And I'm always still trying to add. If you know more people that should be in this book, let me know. And it's free, and you can find that at rushmorereboot.weebly.com. Andy, if you want to pull that up, rushmore.reboot.weebly.com, and you can actually download this for free at any time you want. And if you see this convention, hopefully we'll have a few, and we'll give you your own hard copy. Also, while you're at the rushmorereboot.weebly.com, there you can drop a prayer request. There is where it's at for free. And you can actually get 2 devotionals. And Andy, if you want to click on one of those, either one, this one's mine. We're actually on day 140 today, because I will drop the next 7 today, because I'm dropping a week every Thursday. But you can go and get a video game devotional. And so day 140, we're on week 20. So that's pretty awesome. And we're going to go all the way through the year. Prime, what's up? Thanks for being here. And then Andy, you also have one. Click on over to that. You share about that one. Tell me about it.
So I'm a metalhead at heart, and I think that the Bible is pretty metal, actually, when you get into it. So as a youth pastor, a lot of times I have students who tell me I don't read the Bible because it's really boring. And I tell them, well, then go ahead and read it again because you're missing a lot. So that's kind of the purpose in doing all this. So I dropped a Devo here now. I only have one day of it because I am working on completing this and printing this, having this done. So every day we talk about the metal, which is the scripture itself. The opening riff is just my gut reaction to what I just read. The breakdown is the devotional side of it. And then it
break it down.
Ends with some heavy questions just to get you thinking about the scripture. This one is about Elijah versus Baal's prophets calling fire down from heaven. What a really cool a moment there. But anyway, those things are out there, and we'll be having them in print. Hopefully.
So this is some of the inspiration for that. We got these are some video game devotionals. I was like, dude, I want to do one on each one of the topics we do. I'd like to do one on movies and TV. Popcorn Theology actually did one on those. I would love to do one on sports, which those are all over the place, but I've got a great idea for one for my kids. I want to be able to, so my kids go to these travel ball tournaments, and on Sunday they miss church. And so I've been having church at the thing with the kids, and I want to be able to pull out the Devo and be like, hey, this is the message today. Michael Jordan did this, Bo Jackson did that, Derek Jeter did this, Drew Brees did that, and then go, let's talk about it and why you can overcome your fears and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm going to do a sports one as well, hopefully down the road. But these guys are some of our inspirations here. And some of those guys have been on our show. Actually, Hector, he's going to be on the show in a few weeks. Actually, next week. He's on next week. If you want to meet Hector, he's done tons of cool books. And Tony was on the show like 3 weeks ago. He did this one. But Andy, that's enough of that. Day 140 will be out for mine. Share it with your kids. It's a fun read. It's very short each day. And Andy, by the way, this is news to you. This is breaking news. Andy, I'm working on resharing it on the Reboot Instagram, and I've made 40 slides that all kind of match to go with the first 40. And I'm going to probably start dropping those once school's out, which is next week. I'll start dropping those every morning because I don't have I don't have enough time to do more stuff. So you'll be able to find it on Instagram as well, starting in the summer. And so, yeah, there's that. Andy, let's talk about, let's say hello to some of our friends real quick. Prime, I'm glad you're here, man. We miss you. Good evening. Good evening. Steven, the number 3 is National Treasure. Oh, you're number 3 and number 3. Yep. Woe to you of earth and sea. He says, hey, Bryce, how are you? I'm great. Thanks. Oh, yeah. So, Andy, do our members of the week, culture box of the week. And hey, can you do me a favor? Can you do geek devotions today? I can. And because I was referencing him earlier today, and I said if you come and see, you might see it. So and yeah, share our friends.
All right, check out Geek Devotions.
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture infused devotional, their podcast content, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in the geek community, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. Find all their content at geekdevotions.com. Koifish Gaming is where retro lives and breathes. Jeff brings you authentic gameplay on original hardware, Atari, NES, Super Nintendo, PS1, and more, all captured in the warm glow of a CRT. From long plays and live streams to game collecting and honest chats about the gaming life, this channel is a nostalgia-packed hangout for old school gamers who just get it. Check him out on YouTube and Instagram today. Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
And look, let me tell you, that coffee is really good, guys. So go check out that, get that coffee.
Hey, also, real quick about just to give a quick shout out to Village Coffee. They just put out there on social media over the last couple weeks. They're opening a brick and mortar shop here, so they're actually going to have a coffee shop while still doing the online stuff as they're doing now. So really cool. For them.
Next convention that we'll be at hopefully is going to be Southeast Gaming Exchange. We've been in contact with Austin over the last few months, and we haven't got word how that looks yet, but hopefully we'll get that word soon. If that doesn't happen, we're still going to be there. At least I will, and hanging out. And then the convention after that would be Louisiana RetroCon, I think, in Gonzales. So that would be the next convention that we do. Castaway, Harry Truman Show, the Truman Show. Yeah, good picks. In the words of the great ogre, nerds, which R.I.P., rest in peace. He just passed away. Bloodsport, Revenge of the Nerds fame.
Yeah, not our fault either. We didn't mention him.
We didn't mention him. You mentioned it after. We didn't mention him. Hey, so let's get back into this. Marvin, you're up. Number 2, we call it Link. And it's our second round.
Number 2.
Who you got?
All right. So in this one, going old again.
Do it.
And my number 2 is going to be Crawl.
Nice.
And Crawl is my number 2 because it's like I want to say one of the earlier movies I've seen, because I was born in 1974, so I'm old. But it had one of the most unique weapons you've seen in a movie before. That weapon is so unique that I added it. It's actually in the Edge. Like there is a glaive in the version of the glaive in the Edge, because it's such a cool weapon. You got like a kind of a boomerang with blades on it. Like who wouldn't want something you throw? Like unless you can't catch it when it comes back to you, then you're in bad shape. But it's a boomerang with blades on it. And it's kind of like it's an RPG, right? So it's like you got a guy who wants to defeat the ultimate evil, and he's traveling to the ultimate evil's fortress, and he's picking up friends along the way to help him on his journey.
Yeah.
Andy, I have a feeling if you have seen this movie, you didn't like it.
I've not seen this movie.
Yeah, I knew it. I love this movie. This genre of movies is my childhood, okay? Mm-hmm. My dad raised me up on, Harryhausen type films, Conan, Krull, Beastmaster, Jason and the Argonauts. If it came on TBS TNT for whatever, we're watching it. But Krull was it's kind of sci-fi fantasy. That is a cool weapon that you mentioned. Really cool movie. I enjoy this.
This movie looks like the type of movie that those AI things recreate. Like it's AI recreates like the Super Mario Brothers movie or whatever, but like it's like real people. That's the style that it is.
And you know what? That's how the late 70s, early 80s were with special effects. I mean, it was just...
Well, you can almost tell that most of the movie was filmed on a set. Because, like, you've got closed-in walls everywhere, and you're like, don't look over there because there's nothing over there. It's the off-stage area. But, yeah, I mean, that was the fun of it back then. It's like, okay, it's on a set. Like, they built that cave on a set. It's okay.
Here's a fun fact. Liam Neeson and Robbie Coltrane are in this movie as young kids. That's That's interesting. The score was good. Yep. Yep. I'm reading some facts. Yep. The music was good. Music was by I just saw his name. Horner.
Man, you have a guy in the movie, and it's another one of those things like in The Edge where you're cursed. So they asked the villain for immortality almost, and he gives them the ability to see their own deaths.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I just love the writing. It's good stuff. These are the type of movies that I don't get upset when they're redone, honestly, because like I would love to watch this with my family. They would all think I'm like, no, I'm not watching it. But if it was reblanketed in a just newer science or special effects, like, oh, okay, we'll watch this. Yeah,
there's a good one.
Yeah,
there it is.
Like Clash of the Titans, like when they made that one.
The Kraken in the Clash of the Titans, dude, that was special effects back in the day. I mean, yeah.
But the one that they
in high school,
Sinbad, there you go. That's another good one. Escape from New York. Yeah.
And then the one they can't get off the ground for some unknown reason is the sequel to Last Starfighter. It's just you can't get it done. But there's a comic now. There's a sequel comic coming out, I think next month. But watching that now and you look at the special effects on that, you're like, man, special effects was real bad. Real bad. Like, what is this?
But then it was like, it can't get better than this.
Yeah.
It'll never. How will we advance?
Right. But it allowed you to use your imagination and creativity to create something that didn't exist. Like, how do we do space battles and make it look realistic, better than like in Star Wars when the Millennium Falcon's flying and Han Solo says, "Oh, I got a few tricks," and it just keeps going in that one direction. And then in Empire Strikes Back, all of a sudden, space is like 4 directions. You can go up and down and sideways and upside down and everything. So it's that kind of thing. Like it was before they figured that out in Empire Strikes Back with Last Starfighter.
Yeah. All right.
Good pick, man.
Giles, what you think of this?
This pick. This was not on my radar either. But I love the memories. This is what I love about nostalgia therapy on Thursday nights, man. I just like reminders of sitting with Dad in the recliner, watching some foolishness. I'm probably got my G.I. Joes jumping around. I'm looking up every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool weapon. And like, so you said you were born in 74. I was born in 78. So I'm not far off. So yeah, man, good pick. All right, Andy, you're up.
No, I'm not up. Giles did.
Yeah. Sorry, I do that every week. Giles, you're up.
My number 2, my Lincoln with a bullet is going to be Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I saw twice in the theater. I love the soundtrack. I listen to it fairly regularly. I've read the comic 2 or 3 times, and it's a great movie filled with a bunch of really good actors, really hilarious. During COVID, the entire cast were united to do a script read to raise money for like a water project. And my wife and I watched that on YouTube. I've gone way too deep into the Scott Pilgrim rabbit hole. I even picked up Brian Lee O'Malley's Seconds, the book Seconds. I almost picked up the Snot Girl comics, but those are hard to find. I think some of them sell for like $75, and that's way outside of my price range. But I dig Scott Pilgrim. I know that he's not the good guy, but it does remind me of what I was feeling like in my early 20s. I know that's kind of what he was going for, that idea of trying to figure out who you are in a world, but the visuals are amazing, the music is amazing, even though it is that kind of garage rock that's not super clean sounding. Growing up on the outskirts of the music industry, there are times when I want to hear something that's a little more crunchy, like post-punk rock. And yeah, the visuals are stunning. Some of the jokes just went way over my head the first time, but like I said, saw it twice in the theater, and my wife and I watch it constantly on DVD. So far, and I will say every movie on my list I do have on DVD. That's kind of why this one pushed out. I was thinking Fifth Element might be my Lincoln, but I had to push it out with Scott Pilgrim because I think Scott Pilgrim is just a little bit higher for me than the Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sad. So I've been doing this thing for the last few weeks to see if I can get my top 8. Like pick my honorable mentions and hope that my top 4 aren't mentioned by anybody else. And this was my 5. I almost made it 4. This is at my 5. So I'm gonna scramble and go and find me which one of the rest on my list I'm gonna put in, because this is definitely a good honorable mention. I love the cinematography on this movie. I love how it adds the almost like Street Fighter-esque video game moments. I love we talked about it not a couple weeks ago, it was last year during music. We did our top 4 imaginary or fake bands, right? Sex Bomb made I think our other guy's list. This is
and Michael Cera, he's such a good musician. He had to dumb down his playing so that way he would match the other 2 players in Sex Bomb who didn't actually know how to play instruments. They did a crash course, kind of like Josie and the Pussycats with Rachel Lee Cook back in the day, where they were made to look like it.
Hey, I just want to shout out one of my old students. Man, you only got a few days left before 7th grade now. Congratulations. But we had 5th grade day today, and it was a blast. So shout out. And here's the thing. This movie is awesome. Oh, by the way, that's Mariano. I know last time I didn't say Mariano, he was upset with me, so I want to make sure he knows. Mariano. It's Mariano. And so anyways, I love this movie for more reasons than one. The story's good. The cinematography is good. The music is good. It's just a really cool vibe. I kind of did what you did with Scott Pilgrim with the first time I ever saw Umbrella Academy. Okay. I started like digging in the lore, and I would probably love to do that with this. I haven't done that. One of my favorite things on YouTube is like the finding a video and like it being like an hour long teaching you about lore you never knew about, like Zelda. I'm like, oh man, I watch that all day. But yeah, this is a good pick. I'm upset I don't have it on mine, but it would have been my number 5.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go and find me a new number 5.
Yeah, I love the concept of the X's and everything in this movie, and great music. Everything you said about it. Michael Cera there was a window of time where Michael Cera movies were just coming out left and right, and it just kind of stopped. But
he wanted to take a break and rest, have a life and enjoy all the money he earned.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because he earned quite a bit. Veteran move here, but it won't be one that's mentioned today. My first introduction to Michael Cera was from Superbad, which is definitely not an appropriate movie to watch.
Right.
My daughter just
quotable, unfortunately.
Hey, my daughter just popped in and said, if we're not picking Divergent, this is a terrible show. Just kidding.
Go get her own podcast.
Yeah, get your own podcast. Hey, by the way, she made the high school team. That's what she popped in to tell me.
There we go.
She's a senior. If she didn't make it, I'm gonna be mad. Anyways, good pick, man. I love this pick more than anything. That's a great shout. So, all right, well, Andy.
Now I am up. Okay, so I mentioned I kind of got you understanding where my thought process is going, but I'm going to throw you for a loop here because this is not in line with the other 2 movies that I saw. However, if you were to corner me and tell me your top 4 favorite movies of all time, this is potentially in the mix. It's not 1 or 2. Kirk, just to throw that out there, you know my 1 and my number 2. But this is up there. Certainly up there. We had a whole show dedicated to this, basically, a while back. It was obviously in the movie realm. This movie, again, very quotable, not one that I can necessarily quote now, not one that I'm watching in front of my kids anymore. But when we talk about creative movies, when we talk about creative directors and people who just like, when you watch this guy's movie, you know that it's him, or you know that somebody is definitely stealing that style or being influenced heavily from that style. I'm going with Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. I had to mention Pulp Fiction today.
And I use this.
Yeah, I know you did. But Pulp Fiction to me, man, how many times are we going to mention Bruce Willis today? I'm very upset that we're doing that. Again, if you know kind of the deal here, but anyway, 1994, great movie. Uma Thurman, John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth. I mean, we could just keep going, right? Christopher Walken. I mean, fantastic movie. What's really cool about this movie is that it starts at the end, and then you got to piece things together, and then there's like scenes from like somebody like you get a scene with a group of people and you don't hear about them again until way later, and the whole time you're trying to figure it out and piece everything together, and then at the end it all comes together. Just a really cool, creative kind of twist on the movie. I think the story itself would be good had it been told, from A to Z. But the fact that basically they wrote the story, go to the storyboard, and just like had a mosh pit and just said, that's the movie we're putting out, is just really cool. There's a lot of really cool, iconic scenes in it. $5 milkshake, which is crazy that used to be an expensive milkshake, because that's the whole premise of that. I mean, I would kill for a $5 milkshake today. You don't see what's in. You never know what is in the briefcase. It just shines, and he made it clear that he's never going to say what's in that. It's basically up to the viewer to be what they believe that it is. What does Marcellus Wallace look like? I mean, that whole scene there, Royale with cheese. I can quote this movie forever. The Bible verse that's in it isn't even actually a Bible verse. It was just one that. The book's correct, but it's not. That's not what the scripture is. So, man, what a good movie. So I'm going Pulp Fiction. I love the music in this movie too. I love the music in almost every Quentin Tarantino movie. It's like every single detail is very Tarantino, and you just know what it is. So Pulp Fiction for my link.
Funny joke. Well, to the guys, y'all are new on the channel. I always kind of put a teaser Easter egg in the Instagram post, and whatever the song is, and sometimes even the picture. I usually don't have those on my list, or they're ones I want to honor that are kind of down the list. And just now, you took Scott Pilgrim. I'm like, hey, I might just take Pulp Fiction now. I did put that in there, and then I was like, yeah, Andy's probably going to take it though, and boom, there I couldn't even get it out of my mouth. But yeah, you love Pulp Fiction. The writing of this movie is awesome. I love like the 2 or 3 or 4 different like perspectives coming to the end. We still don't know what's inside. We like what's going on. Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta have just a really good chemistry. And fun fact, one of the reasons I chose this song, when I was in the Air Force and I was in basic training, Andy, I think I've shared this with you. We were woken up every morning at like dusk, right? By this soundtrack. The yeah, and then we're like, oh, we're up, and it's like, mother, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh my god, every morning, it was the same thing. And I guess the drill sergeant really loved the soundtrack and just wanted to bother us. But great movie, good pick. Not an honorable mention off my list necessarily, but you did block it. So good pick.
There you go. Pulp Fiction, guys. I mean, I don't know if you were allowed to watch. Probably not.
I watched it when I moved out to Portland. I lived in Portland for a year at 18 and 19, and I watched that one and Reservoir Dogs, 2 movies that I could never watch a second time. Man, they are so brutal. I enjoyed them, but it's so rough.
I will say my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie though is Kill Bill. So
Kill Bill's.
Which, if you're throwing it out there like that, that means you're probably not mentioning it today. I had you pegged for today.
Yeah, I just think Pulp Fiction, when we talk creative, is probably more creative than Kill Bill. I think Kill Bill is a better movie, but it took a lot of things from the old kung fu movies and everything. So I feel like it's a little bit less creative in that sense. it's certainly creative in its own way too. But yeah, I had to go Pulp Fiction for sure.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's dialogue. So like Tarantino writes really good dialogue, and that's what I really like about his movies. So if you said that you thought Pulp Fiction and things were too violent, you probably haven't watched Hateful Eight, right?
Yeah,
I have not. No.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah. I mean, his whole library is just violent. I mean, and they're good movies, right? I remember Love and Dusk Till Dawn, and then I was like, wait, this is two different movies. Like, what's happening?
Right.
Four Rooms, a great one.
Complete genre shift right in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, like we just changed movies.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's not
Side B. Yeah,
it's not the violence that bothered me with like Kill Bill. I love Kill Bill. It's one of my favorites. It's the realism of Reservoir Dogs and the grittiness of Pulp Fiction that because it's so close to reality, at least from what I've heard, that it's a lot harder to watch.
The overdose scene with Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like when they have to get the needle, and it is rough for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is a good pick, man.
And Pulp Fiction is not a movie that I'm really like putting back on today. You know what I mean? It's one that is really hard. You know, that was like BC for me, but you know, I still can appreciate it.
I don't know when's the last time I seen it, but it's still a great movie. It's still a great movie, and I love the references, like you said, like Royale with cheese and the milkshake. Going back and watching it now, it's probably pretty funny, but
I appreciate that nobody's mentioned Jackie Brown, which is such a boring movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because it didn't fit necessarily as genre as much. It's kind of a different kind of try. But hey, Tarantino was cool though. I'm gonna jump into one. I'm gonna do a little bit of a shift with this one. Creatively. Sorry, that's not how you say that word. Creatively. I've been mainly talking about story, and like for this movie, the story was okay. It was awesome. I remember leaving the theater going, bro, that was a fun ride. And the story was good. But for this one, I'm going with the cinematography. I'm going with the art style. I'm going with the music. I'm going with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
Nice.
I love this genre. I love Ninja Turtles. I love this movie. My son has like the whole 7 Funko Pops. The music soundtrack for this is underrated for sure. It's so cool. The art style is amazing. Shout out to guys, if you don't know, Marvin is a comic book creator, and he wrote The Edge. But one of my favorite things as a kid, I still don't really love to read as much as I wish I would. My parents never forced me to read, but I bought comics for the art. And then if it had a new style, you know, if you brought something new to the table, I was probably buying it and didn't even know what I was buying. Like, that's a cool cover. That's cool. And this just is new. It's just new. It was different. You get to see just kind of weird shapes, but it just worked. And I love this movie. My son loves this movie. We watched it every time we can watch it. It's one of those things we kind of enjoy together. I'm going with Mutant Mayhem. Good. I mean, that's just where I got to go.
I appreciate this pick. Everything you said, the animation is great. What I really appreciated about this movie was that we finally got teenage mutant.
That too. Like, it brought us back.
Really felt like middle school.
Dude, they were like little kids. Like they might have been 11 in some of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just felt that way. And then like we got, you know, back in the day, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were like 40-year-olds. They felt like they were like they
compared to those for sure.
Now they're like in school. The only thing I didn't really care about was was what they did with April. But I mean, I get like they were doing things different.
April
like
and Splinter, I could have, but I mean, it is what it is. The kids
Now,
are cool.
Here's the question: every time Turtles gets brought up, okay,
Oh, yeah.
I see you got this.
You took it out of my mouth. So let's ask. Go ahead.
Better than any personality test that's out there. All I need to know, we've decided that.
Well,
I
think Giles has already made his stance.
Okay, so are you a Ralph guy? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Raphael.
I told you I like revenge movies.
Well, there you go. Fits with that. So we got a Raphael, Marvin.
Marvin, where you at?
Michelangelo.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my dog.
He's a party dude.
Yeah.
2 for
ADHD,
Michelangelo,
come on.
1 for Raphael. I'm a Donnie guy.
Donnie's,
I'm going with the nerd. But Mikey's my second. Raph's my third. I don't care about Leonardo. I mean, I don't care. But whenever somebody steps up and says Leonardo, I'm like, that's interesting. That is so interesting.
Because he was the stoic guy. Like, he was the leader. He was the one that was supposed to keep him out of trouble.
Right.
Leonardo, the people who picked Leonardo had a lot of siblings, and the other ones were, you know what I mean? And they were the youngest.
So I will say this: Donatello didn't become my favorite as a kid. Donatello's my favorite as an adult. As a kid, it was Mikey and Raph, right? Because that's who everybody loved, right? It's funny. It's I want to kick you in the face and then laugh about it. But as I got older, I just appreciated like how much Donnie did. The building all the tech they had. Mm-hmm. He used a staff, which is like the most weakest crazy thing, which was like a baseball bat. He's the best character in the video games all the time. Yeah, and I just love that because he's got the reach. Mm-hmm. But anyways, enough
what do you
of
think
that.
about what they're doing with the comics right now?
Oh yeah, with the you talking about with the Last Ronin stuff?
No, the current run of the IDW stuff.
I haven't read that yet. I
just picked up issue 20 of the reboot, basically in 2025. They did a reboot, so post Armageddon King, and
is this the one where Raph is the leader?
Nobody's a leader. They're trying to figure out how they're gonna actually be in charge of each other and fix the city. Shredder is dead, but back to life.
Is where Raph is the leader. The new
cartoon,
the one that was on the last iteration.
Yeah. They've been doing some cool stuff with the comics. I think Last Ronin is really good too. That's more Eastman kind of exploring the idea of what happens at the very end when they end the comics, which is really cool. I'm looking forward to the video game when that comes out. Really sad that they cut the movie.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed about reading about cutting the movie too, because that would have been a cool movie. Yeah. Maybe somebody will pick it back up. I don't know.
But yeah, Donnie's got a metal shell now because he messed around with magic and he found out.
Oh, that's awesome. So, all right. Well, Marvin, you didn't speak on this. You're a comic guy. Do you like this movie?
I have not seen Mutant Mayhem. I've seen all the other ones though. Yeah. But I will give you a fun fact. So the colorist for Ninja Turtles, Luis Antonio Delgado, is the colorist on The Edge.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Oh, my goodness. That's awesome. Congrats on that. That's cool.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm a Ninja Turtle guy, but I haven't seen most of the newer stuff. I mean, I'm still in the 80s, 90s with Ninja Turtles, so I'll catch up to it eventually.
Wait, I just missed this. Was this the Tarantino comment, Steve? You can't believe people watch that? Or is this the Ninja Turtles? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't catch one.
I missed that comment, but he said his number 2 is Matrix, and Religious Fanboy says Raph all day. That's good pick. All right, so we're to the George. Number 1, the best creative movie of all time. Marvin, what is it? I mean, what's the best one ever?
So, I mean, this one is going to be a little off on the left a little bit, and only because in my favorite mind, I continue the story of this movie. Because there are subtle things that happen to it that I don't like. And then I just place it on a character and go, what were they thinking? So my number 1 is going to be The Wizard of Oz from 1930.
Nice.
Wow.
And the reason is because you have a character, Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, who, is a combination of 2 different characters from the book. And she sends Dorothy on a mission to get to the wizard, who she knows has no power. Then the wizard sends her to kill a witch with nothing. And then at the end of the movie, Glinda sends all of her competitors away. So she eliminates all 3 of her competitors, and she's left with all the power in Oz. And when I watched this when I was little, I didn't think of that. When I got older, I'm like, holy crap! She just in one swell swoop got rid of everyone that can compete with her. What was going on in Oz? So she has all the power. She left alone, and she has the ruby slippers.
Yeah, this is a great pick. I mean, creative in the sense of, I mean, Technicolor coming out too, right? I mean, like we're just talking about innovative too. Yeah. This is a great pick. This is another one that, like, you know, back BC, you know, throwing on Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon while Wizard of Oz was on, you know what I mean? That was a thing. So
and then there's really good social commentary in this movie that some people miss. So you've got the Scarecrow, right? And they're going to kill the witch, and they all got weapons. What does the Scarecrow have as a weapon? People miss it. What's he got? Was he carrying in his hand when they were off the scene?
I don't remember. I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
It's a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. So you give the guy with no brains the gun.
There you go.
Commentary from 1939.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey, I will say this: I have not seen this movie since I was probably like 9. Right? I know there's a big kind of resurgence with you know, the Broadway and Wicked and all the stuff that's come out.
Yeah, the Spirit.
It's been a very long time since I've seen this. But what I have seen, here's a veteran move. I have seen recently part 2, which is wild. That is
Return to Oz.
The Return to Oz is wild. If you've not seen this, somebody was like, hey, have you ever seen that movie? And I was like, I saw it when I was a kid, and you were like, you watched that when you were a kid? How'd you feel? And I was like, I don't remember it. So I went and watched it again. It's like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, anyways. And then another one, which is, gosh, one of my favorite all-time musicals is The Wiz with Michael Jackson.
I was thinking you'd bring it up.
Yeah.
And bro, I love The Wiz. I love The Wiz as a kid. I'd much rather watch that. Get on down the road. Dude, I love that.
I will say,
with Nipsey Russell, give me a break, dude. I love that movie. And there's a lot of commentary in that too. Like that the very first scene, that's all like sweatshop when they're doing all that.
Yeah.
But anyways, the blaxploitation, that style of movie is kind of really big. But I can't remember too much about, I mean, I know the Wizard of Oz story, but like
I remember that the Wicked Witches flying monkeys used to freak me out.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah,
Those things would freak me out.
I remember like watching Flash Gordon and go, wait, are they in the same?
Oh, look, right on time. He said it.
Yeah. I used to be scared to death of the flying monkeys. Yeah.
What did you think about the when they did the one with Franco, Oz the Great and Powerful?
Yeah, with Mila Kunis too.
Yeah,
that was an actual. I liked that. I enjoyed that. I don't know.
I just thought it was humorous when they were like, when they're like, they made.
I haven't watched the Wicked stuff. I look, I'll throw this out there. I am not a musical guy.
Yeah,
there are very few musicals. Right. If it doesn't have a Disney princess, or something, I'm probably not jumping into that too much. My kids love them, so like Wicked. Yeah, I just haven't been a part of that. I mean, if they're walking down the road and all of a sudden they break into, falsetto, I'm like,
lollipop, gold.
Yeah, what is happening here? I don't need this in my life. But anyways, this is a good pick. I would not have had you pegged for this. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean it because it like gets the brain working because you're watching it and you're like piecing things together. You're like, Glinda, man, what's going on? What's your plan? Because you knew the wizard had no power to do anything, and then the wizard can't give anybody anything they want. And it's like, oh, you want a brain? Okay, I'll give you the certificate. You're smart. What?
Right. Steve, I understand The Wiz is a musical. There are a few musicals I like. And I honestly, I'm not chasing down the Netflix to go find The Wiz. I just watched it again not long back.
Yeah.
But I'm not into that.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy with The Wiz because the play was Stephanie Mills, and then they cast Diana Ross in the movie, and she was like in her 30s at that time, and Stephanie Mills was a teenager. And Dorothy's supposed to be a teenager in the movie. He's like, wait a minute, Diana Ross, you're like 35. Why are you?
Which that's just standard issue nowadays.
Yeah.
You pick who you want, and we'll explain it later. It don't matter. Just do whatever you want to do. Don't matter how old or young or whatever. So yeah, that's a big deal. All right, Giles, where you at?
My number one is a lesser known Gus Van Sant movie. If you don't know who Gus Van Sant is, he's the one who made Good Will Hunting actually happen. He worked with Affleck and Damon to make that happen. And it also spawned the website ytmnd.com. It is Finding Forrester, one of the last movies that Sean Connery did before he died. Had Anna Paquin in it. And it's basically a guy, Sean Connery is an author who wrote a Pulitzer Prize winning novel and then never went on to write anything else, had agoraphobia, and just a young African-American man in the neighborhood got to meet up with him and started learning how to write from him after breaking into his house on a dare. And it was it's a really heartfelt story. And as somebody who has been into creative writing since I was 11, it really... Every time I watch it, and it inspires me to sit down and write something new. And the acting is great. The story is just very heartfelt. It does have a bit of a sad ending, but it's a kind of positive, uplifting sad ending. And it's probably one of my favorite movies. It was the very first movie I got on DVD. My parents bought it for me for my birthday that year because I loved it so much. It's been probably over a decade since I watched it, but it's still one of my favorite movies.
So, yeah, go ahead.
First off, Good Will Hunting was my number one. Number two last week, and I almost made it number one. Dead Poets Society for all you guys was number one on the Robin Williams side. And I remember watching Finding Forrester. I love Finding Forrester. Mm-hmm. First off, I love Sean Connery, but I remember thinking, and I don't know that I ever put this together. It was the same writer. I remember thinking like it was a sequel or like in the same world as the Good Will Hunting. I was like, this seems just like it came out of the same brain, right? And I didn't even think of that. I love this movie. It's so good. I love almost anything Connery's in. In this. I love a good movie that has great writing, especially if I go like I'm just like on the edge of my seat, not in like fear, but more like, okay, like I just want more. And then there's tear jerkers. There's just a bunch of stuff that's going on in this movie. It's great writing. I haven't seen it probably at least in a decade, but I remember just, I own it. I own it.
Yep.
As well, and I mean, I just don't watch DVDs anymore. But like, they're collecting dust. But great movie, good pick. I love that. I did not have. Gosh, there's a lot of movies I didn't have tonight. I definitely didn't have this tonight for sure.
My favorite thing that Sean Connery was Celebrity Jeopardy on.
Words for
Trebek.
100 Trebek.
I can't even repeat those right now, but I do remember the one. That's a nice suit you have there, Trebek. They make it for men.
Oh my gosh. So my other daughter, FYI, guys, second year. We had just finished our first year. We're like, what are we going to do this year? So we decided to do comedies because Andy loves comedies. And then we did like SNL skits. And my daughter was on for that. SNL skits, or like not SNL skits, but just skits. And this obviously came up, and we reference it all the time.
Jared Ferguson?
Yes, Jared Ferguson. R.I.P. By the way, R.I.P.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to all of the viewers, if you do check out YTMND, definitely be careful. That website has been around literally since the year 2000, but it's just on a loop. It's basically audio gifs. It's him saying, "You're the man now, dog," on a constant loop because it's from that movie.
Yeah.
My gosh, this website! What in the world? Sorry, as I'm pulling it up, this is from the early days of the internet.
Yeah, we're talking like HTML 1.0.
Yeah.
Hey, Marvin, did you like Ford and Forrester?
I have not seen that movie. The only thing I remember from it is that You're the Man Now, dog.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, I remember that. I've never seen the movie.
Well, it's a great movie. Have you
I don't
seen?
know if you can even find it
have you
anywhere.
ever seen Good Will Hunting?
Yes, I've seen Good Will Hunting.
Okay, so did you like that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd love it then. It's very close, but again, the difference is, Good Will Hunting, smart white kid that has a disenfranchised family. This is a young black kid that kind of breaks in and meets very similar minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams or Sean Connery, and they're just right. It's a great thrill ride. Good pick. I love this. Man, Andy, I don't know if we could beat this. This is some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to go back onto kind of my back on track, right? I just think that there is not a more creative movie than this for a kid at heart. This is just one of the greatest movies of all time. Great franchise of movies. In fact, it was the first fully computer animated full-length film. I mean, you put it in the thing. When I think creative movie, you got a friend in me. I got to go Toy Story.
Yeah.
Man, I had you pegged for both this week.
If as a kid, every one of us, and we talked about the Lego movie early, right? How you'd play those things out, but you never know you'd see it on movie. Like as a kid, when you left the room, every one of us had a mindset of like, what if my toys started like living and just like doing their own life thing while what if they came to life in the dark? Like there was always a process that went through your head. And even as you played with the toys, like, from an early age, and when I play with like my youngest right now, and it's like she has so much imagination when she's playing with her toys, it's like she really thinks that they have these lives and they live. And this is what it was all about. I mean, you talk about on top of the fact that it's first fully animated, fully CGI, full-length movie that was released. CGI was around, but it was like as, parts of movie, right? It wasn't, the whole movie wasn't that, right? And then just, knocking it out of the park with Tom Hanks, right? With the whole voice cast that's on Toy Story. Just a great movie. Spawned a lot. Tim Allen, Don Rickles. I mean, you got Slinky Dog, you got Ernest, right? R.I.P. there. But just everything about this and what it's done over the years. And, Toy Story 5 is now coming out. I wasn't as big of a fan on the Toy Story 4 side of things, but I thought 3 was really good when they went, great story writing and all of that too. And a lot of those elements too of like very realistic with the toys in a sense, pulling the string to make them say the things, all those different little Easter egg type things that you would get in there. I'm going Toy Story, and on top of that, having one of the greatest original songs for a movie of all time too, with one of the worst voices of all time. But it fits perfectly to this movie.
I love Randy Newman. Come on, man.
I mean, short people got no reason anyway.
I look, I pegged you for that. I put Toy Story on that like 2 months ago, and then this morning I picked Pulp Fiction for you. That's awesome. So I mean, it had to be there, right? I mean, if it's not at least an honorable mention, the idea of toys. We talked about it last week. I love the story behind the story, right? There's a story of like, the kid and his toys and yada, yada, yada. But like the imagination that comes alive with when we're not in the room, that something is going on in there. It's not. It's a little fear factor, but this makes it fun, right? This is not ghosts and goblins and what's under the bed. This kind of is like, what if we really walked in and they forgot to like fall down and my toys were alive? Like that. That's how I thought as a kid seeing this stuff. just a great writing. Like somebody was sitting around going, hey, what if the toys did come alive? That's what makes good storytelling. This is creative, super creative. Good job. You guys like Toy Story?
I did see it in the theater. It was awesome as a kid. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were talking about it. What if you walk into a room and the toys are alive? I saw Puppet Master. And demonic toys, so I don't know if I want to
play. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Like, come on, don't stay in your place.
From Monsters Inc. is
yes,
mom. Yeah.
One little, and there's those little.
I love all those little things too.
Yeah.
Also, shout out
was awesome.
Puppet Master. Now I will tell you this: for whatever reason, as a kid, this is BC. This is before Christ. I had like HBO and Showtime in my room, and I would watch stuff like Puppet Master and not get freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
I watch Puppet Master now at like 48. I'm probably freaked out. I mean, I'm like, whoa, what the, anyways.
Shout out, mentioned earlier in the chat, Small Soldiers. That was a great Toys Coming Alive movie.
Yeah. big. Andy probably has that. Andy might have that hiding on a Benjamin. So.
There was a TV show that came out, and golly, it was like a Netflix original, and it's so good that I forget the name of it. But it was like Toys Coming to Life, and it was this kid who lost.
Indian in the cupboard?
No, that's another one. But no, this was a one where this kid lost like their stuffed animal, and these other toys went on a rescue mission.
Oh yeah, with the heffalump, or not the heffalump. It's like a little elephant that's like falling apart.
It's so good. It's like dark too. It gets really
very
dark.
good. It is very good. There's a little like stuffed elephant. I know that. Yeah, that's a great movie. That's a good movie. Look it up.
I'm trying to find out what it is.
All right, well, I'm up, and my movie's been mentioned multiple times. It was mentioned on the panel. It was mentioned in the chat. Andy, you probably had me pegged for this one because this is one of my favorite movies all time, and I've mentioned it multiple times. Marvin, we almost crushed. You said it was a movie but I am going with Neo. I'm going with The Matrix.
Yeah.
I'm going with The Matrix. It's my favorite sci-fi movie of all time. When I was in the military in 98, 99, I had this DVD. You mentioned the VHS. I feel like I had the VHS too. I'm trying to think back. But I definitely had the DVD. And when I was stationed in New Mexico in my dorm, I had a DVD player and I had like 8 DVDs. I didn't watch the other 7. The Matrix stayed in there. And I didn't have cable TV or anything. So The Matrix played nonstop for months. Yeah, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, Lost Alley. There it is. So I just love the creativity of this movie. Like the idea of the story behind the story, right? I kind of talked about it with Toy Story. Like there is something that is controlling the whole thing. The whole Matrix, if you haven't seen it, is essentially we're all basically in a computer system type feel. The computers have taken over. We're all batteries, yada, yada, yada. They're downloading what we're really seeing. And listen, since I've seen that movie, there have been times where you're like, hey,
am I in the Matrix?
You're in the Matrix. Because it's like there's just things that happen. Like I get jealous, I guess, of like good writers like this. Like, man, I wish I would have been the first one that wrote this down. Like whatever. And Marvin, you kind of mentioned it with Dark City that there are some crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're sitting there and you're just like, man, this would be a good screenplay.
Yeah.
And then you write it down, and then you get a guy who is a time traveling, punk rock 80s hippie guy like Keanu Reeves to show up and do a completely different thing and change his career. Right. And like, oh yeah, we're going to pick this guy, Bill and Ted. Right. You got like, what are we doing? He's bending over. Bullets are flying. All this stuff they're doing, the actual Matrix stuff. There's so many good things in this movie about creativity. And I'm okay with the trilogy. I'm okay with 2, 3. And even the stuff, the Animatrix and the thing they did on Netflix and all the other jazz. I'm okay with all that. but 1 is a standalone film for me. You don't need any of the rest. It is like almost perfect film for me. I watch it every day if I have to, and I had watched it every day for like almost a year, I think. So just a good movie.
Here's an Easter egg for you. You know, Will Smith was originally supposed to play Neo in that movie.
And think of that. Think of that. You
And
know what I'm
Sean
saying?
Connery
Like,
was supposed to play Morpheus.
Yes.
yeah, and so can you imagine that? Right,
Mhm.
that would have been a Matrix type thing. Like,
Right. But even before Will Smith, that part was written for Jason Lee.
yeah, which was The Crow, which is also awesome because I love that movie as well. And I remember learning that and going, well, of course, that's exactly why I love this, because that's who it should. That would have been perfect, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Have you? Did you see the? It was during the 2003 MTV Movie Awards. Will Ferrell is the architect of the Matrix.
Oh yeah,
short is so vis-a-vis, ergo, i.e. It's so funny. It's Will Ferrell. I love Will
which
Ferrell.
we almost did a Will Ferrell top 4 last
You need
week.
to do that.
If you're a Will Ferrell fan out there and you want to do a show,
Join me.
join us because Andy wants to do a Will Ferrell show. I love Will Ferrell, but Andy loves Will Ferrell.
Right.
So
So again, if you're a fan of The Matrix, Dark City, but
Dark
also
City.
there's another one called 13th Floor.
Hey, there's another veteran move.
Yeah.
13th Floor is Bond. Dude, that is such a bomb movie, dude. It's so good.
Those
Oh,
three
hey,
movies.
Hammy, you want to be on for Will Ferrell?
Hammy, if I could talk about Will Ferrell with
In the
Hammy,
winter?
that would be perfect.
In the winter, the next time we do movies around Hammy, you can come on. Hammy, by the way, is a he's a veteran who his channel is all about him and his son, and they pack rip cards, and he talks a lot about PTSD. What a great channel. Go follow Hammy and Son. By the way, all you guys with wrenches, put your channels in the chat. Hey, look, that is our episode for the first round. Now it's time to do, you know how we do it. All About the Benjamins is all about what just missed our mountain. Because, you know, back in the day, they wanted to put Benjamin Franklin there, and he didn't make it. So let's see what missed our mountains today. All right, so this is a fun game. We can't mention anything that's already been mentioned. Matrix, if you were holding on to it, too late. It's gone. Toy Story, gone. Pulp Fiction, gone. Dark City, gone. Finding Forrester, it's all gone. Now we have to come up with 4 new ones. Now, if you think something's out there that is not going to wrap back around, you don't have to put these in necessarily order. You're trying to build the best list possible with what's left. Mm-hmm. I've already lost one. Scott Pilgrim's gone for me, so I've already replaced it. I've got my next one, but this is the order. It's going to same order the first round, and it's going to go backwards the second, and then third, fourth. So Marvin,
Yes, sir.
you're up. Who's the first one that just missed your mountain? And oh, by the way, this isn't like we have to jump in real deep. Couple things we're like, oh yeah, perfect, and then we move to the next one.
I want to go Never-Ending Story.
Dang it!
Here's
another one.
Not just the theme. That just like from the start of the movie starts, you get the theme, but it's just such a good movie because it's all about imagination and how.
And that's exactly what basically I was going to say. Like, I mean, how can we talk creativity if we're not talking about imagination? Yes,
it's a book that never ends, and it's something that every child to read it is adding something to the story. And you get to the boy Bastion, and he's the latest one that is adding to the story. And he's fighting not only the bullies, but all this stuff is nothing. How nothing is nothing. It gives you nothing. You can't get anything from it. It's nothing.
I love
it. And it stills emotion, it stills imagination, it stills life. And it's an overarching with the bullies and then his mom dying, and he's trying to find himself, and he finds himself in that book.
Perfect pick, man. That is a perfect pick for
this. Also, they spawned one of one of my favorite 2000s metalcore band names, Atreyu.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I like it.
really good one.
Hey,
And no
so here's a fun fact. Did you know Atreyu was supposed to be green, but they didn't like it when they did it because they thought he looked like somebody puked on him or something like that. So they were like, "Nah, we're just gonna make him white." And also the Empress. She was a young girl and she lost her teeth and she had fake teeth because as the Empress, she's supposed to look perfect, and you can't be missing teeth if you're perfect. So that was another thing. That's why she had that weird lisp. Mm-hmm. Fun facts that are inside my brain. But okay, Giles, what missed your mountain?
All 4 John Wick movies.
Oh, wow.
And that is a big-time veteran move. That is a great pick.
Talking about revenge films and somebody just going out of their way to I mean, you went after his dog. I mean, come on.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's the most relatable revenge story to me, because like if that happens, like all bets are off.
Yep.
You know,
asking, are you back? I'm thinking I'm back.
So I need to watch the 4th one, I believe.
It is very good. The first one is still the best, but
I think I watched the first 3 only. I think 4 hadn't been out yet, and I don't think I ever went back to watch it.
I saw all 4 in the theater with my best friend.
I watched like the first 3 like back to back to back right before 4 came out, and I loved them. I think I need to watch 4.
Yep. Yeah, all 4 in the theater. My best friend and I go to see it each time it comes out, and we'll. It's just a blast.
And I'll just say this: I don't think Keanu plays that role unless he's Neo. Like, I can't see Johnny Utah playing that character. I just can't.
What about Johnny Mnemonic?
Yeah, that's a fun one. Another veteran move. Hey, so Andy, what you got?
All right, trying to play the game here. We've talked about this guy quite a bit today. Why not just mention his name one more time? Let's mention another number. Let's do the Sixth Sense. Let's throw that out there. Sixth Sense. I see dead people. The one downside, I guess, of this movie is that if you see it one time, like the second time you go back and you watch it, you're like, okay, now I can piece everything together. It's not really a 3-time watch movie. Yeah. Because you kind of figured everything out at that point. And
that's kind of a Shyamalan type thing, you know. Sometimes
creative in that sense because of the twist. And I just remember distinctly renting it from Blockbuster as a kid, and like the shock that came over me when I was like, and again, spoiler alert, but when did this movie come out? When you realize he was dead the whole time, it's just crazy to me. So, but good, yeah. Anyway, Sixth Sense.
All right, man. So you dropped 2 in my lap. So I go back to back here. My first pick in the first round. I don't have Scott Pilgrim anymore, and I don't have Never Ending Story, but I have another movie very much like the Ninja Turtles that inspired with crazy great art, cool new character, at least to the world on a cinematic side. I'm going with Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man with Miles Morales. Just great art, freaking cool story. The way they did Kingpin was much different than what, if you have never looked in the comic, that nobody knew. And then Miles is such a great character. But
the soundtrack is amazing too.
Part 2 is awesome. The soundtrack's great, but all the Spideys, the idea of the verse, let's just say that multiverse, Spider-Verse, blah, blah, verse, blah, blah, blah. This is this new thing that's kind of the last 20 years. I love it. It kind of birthed from all these rights being sold, and how can we bring them all back together now that we got them? Oh, let's just say there's multiple verses, and now it's Spider-Verse. So that's really cool. The other one that I have here on my list to finish out what would have been my top 8 is going to be, and man, I forgot. It's going to be, well, one of them I still have. Oh, I'm going with another Jennifer Connelly movie, and I kind of mentioned it earlier. I'm going with Labyrinth. Jim Henson, puppets.
Yeah.
It's dude, I love this movie still to this day. But you talk about creativity. Anything puppets has got, Andy and I talk about it quite a bit. The Muppets, the puppets, the Jim Henson, there's Animal. Just a lot of creativity comes with that. And here's imagination again. You're using imagination to go to this other world, the Goblin King, yada, yada, yada. Just really cool movie. I'm going Labyrinth, man. Labyrinth is on my list today. Yep.
Yeah, where do I want to go here? Just because, again, Rushmore is our favorite one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with this one. You may not think it's creative because of the genre of movie that it's in, and it feels like it was flooded. But this movie, when it came out, for what it did for this genre of movie, I think was really creative. I'm gonna go Return of the Living Dead, because the first movie that is credited with running zombies, actually. So creative, and then it also had the humor mixed in with the gore and
be careful watching that nowadays, because I had
I mean, Pulp Fiction looks like a Disney Junior original compared to this one. It is not for.
I had never seen this movie. Obviously, I'd heard about it, and you mentioned it way back when.
5 seconds into that movie, and
well, it was a little more than 5 seconds. I got to the graveyard scene, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, I'm out." Mm-hmm. So, good pick.
Yeah, I think it's funny that some people miss that the characters are Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
Man,
it's a fun movie, but it's not. I can't watch it anymore. I just can't. But
then you get to the sequel, and the same two guys are in the sequel, and like this seems really familiar. Like we've done this before.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Well, Giles, back to you.
Another con movie, actually the first con movie I ever remember seeing, starring James Woods, Diggstown. He gets out of prison and immediately goes to set up a rigged boxing match in a really small town.
Oh my gosh, I have not seen Nostalgia Therapy. This is a freaking core memory.
I remember watching it with my dad in a hotel. My parents owned an AV company. We were on the road 35 weeks out of the year, and it was on, I think, Turner Classic Movies or something like that in the hotel. And we watched it, and he's like, "Yeah, just watch this and wait for the surprise ending." And it came. I'm like, "Oh, that's so good." I watched it. It was
Louis Gossett Jr. I thought he was in it. Dude,
it was.
This movie is so good. Oliver Platt.
It was on IMDb TV before they moved it over to Freevee, before they got rid of all of that. And I watched it in mono audio because that's the only digital option available. No stereo, and the high end was so blistering in my ears that my wife refused to watch it with me.
Too.
Yeah.
He must have been almost nobody in that movie. Heather Graham, Bruce Dern.
Yeah, it's it's a deep cut.
It's a deep cut. That's a great movie. Good pick. If you haven't seen that movie, guys, I recommend. It's a good movie.
Marvin, you got back-to-back picks.
Back-to-back picks, Marvin.
Back-to-back. All right,
back-to-back
first
Jacks.
Going to go Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Dang it! That's the one I added.
And for 3 reasons. First, it's a cautionary tale on excessiveness. And that kind of stretches outside of the movie to the Jurassic Park franchise itself. And because I tried to watch the new one with Scarlett Johansson, like 10 minutes in, I was done. I just done with the movie.
The themes are meta, right?
Yeah, it's excessiveness that the first movie was telling you about, and you're being excessive about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
I just love Jeff in any movie, Jeff Goldblum, because he makes everything seem fast, and he's like, and then he's talking, he's like, and he goes, okay, that's it.
He has such a great pacing, don't it? We talked about him not long back.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just a
Hotels.com.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to play dinosaurs in your dinosaur ride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what's interesting about Jurassic Park, you hear conflicting things about it, but apparently this movie is one of the reasons that we have cemented the general look of dinosaurs as being scale skin, because the CGI wasn't capable to create what many people believe. You know, a lot of these things had feathers on it,
right.
But at the time, the CGI wasn't able to do that. So they went with the scaly skin, and that just kind of is like, okay, well, that's what dinosaurs look like. And it was from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, then
I will say this: if
and
I don't know if
variations.
Kevin's still
Yeah.
hanging around here. I don't know if Kevin's still hanging around here. He lurks sometimes. But I remember going to the theater, and I'm pretty sure it was with Kevin. And I remember coming home, and my mom like laying down in bed when we got back, and I like woke her up, like, "Hey, get up, get up." I just saw the craziest, most fantastic movie in the history of movies. Like, I was just so blown away by the CGI, the jump scene when that Velociraptor jumps through and in the when he's in the ceiling in the theater. I mean, I like lit up. I was just like, what? But such a great movie. I had this on my list today. It was right on the outside. That was the one I entered in. So I'm
on the outside.
Yeah, Marvin, you're up again, back to back.
All right, so the next one, I'm going to go Aliens.
Nice. I bet that was our
S.
S with the S.
Yeah. So part 2, great. I watched this whole franchise, both sides, Prometheus and all of it, after our science fiction back in the day, and man, being reintroduced, it's a good movie, man.
Yeah.
Gosh,
And it's just an example of how you do a sequel to like the first movie is horror movie, and it's slow and it churns and there's not a lot of action in it. Then you go right into sci-fi action with the Marines and androids and everything that's going on around the world. And then the other day HBO added the director's cut, so you get to see whatever everything else is going on in Hadley's Hope. You get to see Newt's family as they go to the ship, and you get to see her dad has the face hugger on his face, and they're calling for help. And then there's a bunch of stuff that like, I'm glad they cut this stuff because this is boring. It's like a scene where the little boy's whacking a big wheel through the corridor. They're like, "Oh, you can't be up here." Like, why? Yeah, cut that. And there's more like when they're doing Ripley's disposition. There's more to that scene too. I'm like. And then there's a scene where she's asking about her daughter, and she finds out her daughter's dead, and like so there's a lot more going on there. But I kind of like with those movies. After the second one, I'm done. I don't want to until Romulus came out. Romulus, I liked. Anything else after 2, it's like no, these movies aren't good. Especially in 3 when they just kill off characters that everyone was like, oh, they're going to all make it and survive, and they just kill them off right at the beginning of the next movie.
I will say this: 3 was. I went to the theater and saw 3, and as a kid, I loved that movie because of the dog alien and the prison and all this stuff. It was really cool. But going back and rewatching it, it didn't have the same flair when I watched it as a kid or a younger person. But good pick. All right, Giles, Aliens off the board. If you had that on your card today, you're out.
I did not.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn between so many. I mean, I have such a huge list, but I think I'm gonna go with The Usual Suspects, another movie with a really good twist at the end. One that it kind of makes sense after you watch it the first time, but it was a twist that I never saw coming. Kind of problematic now because Kevin Spacey, but it had some brilliant acting, some brilliant writing. Benicio del Toro is a genius actor in most of the things that he does. The Hunted is evidence that a really bad director can turn an Oscar-winning performer into, I don't know, a high school musical dropout. But yeah, Usual Suspects, great twist ending, fantastic, quotable, really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I really, yeah. I guess I'm gonna go with this one. So, no, and not because whatever, but this is a great movie here. And I just what I hate about it is that I keep mentioning this guy's name, and I know that the trajectory of the Rushmore Show. I'm just hoping that I'm wrong on this, but I'm gonna go with this is a great one. Just how it's shot, everything about this movie, really cool. And I'm gonna go Sin City. Sin City. You know, you got your Bruce Willis in there, but Jessica Alba, Benicio del Toro, Michael Clark Duncan. I mean, Josh Hartnett again. I mean, so really cool movie. Again, how it's shot, the comic book kind of like graphic novel look and everything with it. So I'm going Sin City.
What's funny is, well, I'll tell you what's funny after I tell you my next one, but this is a great pick. I love Sin City. I love the art style. I love how they put the color right where it needs to be, and it's all like kind of like. I'm going with the movie. This is a deep cut, dude. This is a WCW deep cut. Have you ever seen that guy? If you haven't,
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a deep cut. Both of mine, I think, are fairly deep cuts. But this movie, I don't know why I watched it. I don't know why I bought it. I love it. But it is the art style is just amazing. The style is like trumps the realism of it. It's a samurai movie. It's a Western movie. I'm going with Bunraku, which is actually Josh Hartnett's third time on the show today, which is crazy. Have we ever said Josh Hartnett on our show ever? And he's on again. But this movie, if you've never seen it, it's Bunraku is the Japanese paper plays. Mm-hmm. And all the fights are kind of like this paper play, weird cinematography type thing. And you talk about creativity, just mind-blowing when I watch this movie. It is so fun. It kind of, it brings all this samurai lore into it. But it's really good, fun characters. You got Woody Harrelson. You got, the guy that played Hellboy. I can't remember his name.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, Ron Perlman. Great movie. I love this movie. It's one of those that my wife would go, "This is stupid," but as a guy that's just testosterone and just like watching something really cool on TV, it's perfect. So that's wild that we said Josh Hartnett the third time. I was like, dude, you went at Hartnett again. Anyways, my next movie, my daughter came in and said Divergent earlier, right? And dystopian movies is one of the movies that I would love to do here. We actually mentioned it. Popcorn Theology mentioned it. Isaac was like, I'm not really good at all that stuff. But this is one of my favorites as far as story goes, creativity goes. They did a show about it. The show was not nearly as good. I'm going with Snowpiercer. The movie, it's just it is a movie that kind of is all about class, like not like being classy, but like classes of people, and all the lower classes in the back of the building. It's on the caboose, and the locomotive is supposed to be the higher class. And this is the end of the world. The train cannot stop. If it stops, they will freeze. So the way that they stay warm and everything is this amazing technology that the train just goes all around the world all the time. And Captain America works his way up to the front, and Chris Evans, and finds out the big secret behind the curtain, Wizard of Oz, right? Finds out what's really going on in the place. What a cool story. I remember being blown away. Like, what? Okay, this is a cool. Whoever wrote this is awesome. I love this. So going Snowpiercer. Finishing off. That wasn't on my mountain today, but I brought it. That one in Spider-Verse I had to add because of you guys. But there we go.
Yeah. So my last one here, this one's going to make sense, Kirk, for me. It's not the first in its line of this genre. Again, I'm not doing another zombie movie, but I think it perfected it. And actually, because I love The Office and Parks and Rec so much, I really see a lot of this kind of launched that style of comedy, right? And you gotta go way further back than Office, obviously, and that kind of stuff. But I'm going back, and we're gonna get our first mockumentary. I'm going. This is Spinal Tap.
This is.
We got to, these amps go to 11. There's so many great the Stonehenge thing when they accidentally did inches instead of feet, and the Stonehenge comes out. The egg things that they get stuck in. The trying to find where the stage they're running through the back.
Dude loves this movie.
The fact that it's improv, or almost solely improv. I love this as Spinal Tap, and it's a great creative take on the mockumentary style of things. So.
I actually knew musicians like that, and working in the AV industry, I knew the pain of wireless stuff getting distorted by like the air traffic control.
Yeah. Oh man, I just love this movie. I need to watch it again. It's been a minute since I've seen this movie, but I need to.
All right, well, finish off Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Nope, we got 2 more picks here. We got Giles and then Marvin.
Oh, Giles was just talking, and I'm thinking in my brain. Yeah, so Giles, you're up, and then and then you're gonna finish off the mountain, Marvin.
I'm gonna put since we are doing a list of top stuff, you can't get away with not mentioning High Fidelity. I mean, top 5 records. You got John Cusack and Jack Black, and like I hired these guys to work 2 years ago, and they just started showing up every single day. I can't fire them.
That is a fun movie.
Such a great movie. I had a buddy that I would just quote it with all the time. We would just walk by each other, and just slam out a quote from the movie. Get all the way through the movie on each shift that we worked.
Fun stuff. All right, Marvin.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Irrelevant now. Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Good one is that it's a movie about another one about imagination, creativity, and making things bigger than they are. I'm going to go Big Fish.
Yeah.
Big Fish.
That was on a short list of things I could plug in. Big Fish is a cool movie.
Yeah,
it is like 700 little things pieced together in this crazy journey.
And I think my favorite part is when all the women are all one women except for his wife. It's the only woman that's different than him. Everyone else is the same woman over and over again.
I didn't think I was gonna love that movie as much as I did. Great pick. Way to finish us off. Big Fish. Not to be mistaken with Real Big Fish, but that is a cool band. Hey. Like little ska punk. All right. Hey, so we don't have a name for this third segment, but we're going to finish off the mountain today with a little game. We actually do this at our conventions. If you ever see us at the convention, you can spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, we'll interview you and put you on the show. So if it lands on any Rushmore, we're going to spin again. Oh, we almost got hot take, Marvin. We almost got hot take. This is Would You Rather, or you get one of 2 picks. You could pick, you guys, between the 2 of you. We could play a Would You Rather game, or I can give you 5 things, but you have to make it a Rushmore. So I'm going to give you 5 really good things, and you guys got to build it a Rushmore. Would you rather, or which is ironic, would you rather this or would you rather that?
My preference would be Would You Rather.
Would you rather, Marvin? You want to Would You Rather?
Yeah, that's one.
All right, I've got them now. All jokes aside, ChatGPT helps me on this one all the time. We've already got them all planned. I'm just
using AI.
Here we go. Hey, well, listen, it's fun. Here we go.
For a show about creativity.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. These are good, though. These are good. All right, so Would You Rather, both of you. Andy, you can participate too. Yes.
I'm in. I'm locked in.
Would you rather live inside the Matrix or live inside the Oasis, which is Ready Player One?
I would say Oasis because you can leave.
Yeah.
You don't
have to like unplug, huh? Like,
right? You've got some kind of freedom there, but I mean the world outside of both of them are terrible.
But
in the Matrix, you don't realize. I guess. Yeah. I mean, there's the potential for just being blissful ignorance.
Right. Well, like what the one character Matrix said, it says that whether being in the real world or Matrix, I'd rather live in the Matrix because ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
I don't know.
If you just think the world's horrible.
Both of these movies were on my list. I love both of them. Matrix is kind of scary, I think.
If I got to deal with the twins, I don't want to live in the Matrix. You know what I mean? They're
the new the new style twins. Yeah,
I was thinking the white dreads looked like they were in
I'm
seven.
talking about the directors.
Looked like the drummer for Seven.
Well,
Yeah.
and also that you could be taken over by an agent and then you get killed and that's it. You're done.
Speaking of that, Mr. Smith was here today. Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, would you rather? Oh, this is a good one. And
Well, I got to jump in first.
oh, yeah,
Giles,
I would say I still remember Tasty Wheat, so I'd pick the Matrix.
Tasty.
Ooh. So a little different. So I think, yeah. All right. Well, we talked about this movie just now. Marvin, you pulled this one up, and then we didn't really talk about this movie, but it could have made it on today, potentially. Would you rather watch Jurassic Park for the very first time again, or watch Star Wars for the very first time again?
Oh,
Star Wars, all
A
the
New
way.
Hope. A New Hope. We're talking.
Yeah,
Doesn't New Hope, or my first one was my dad actually introduced me to Empire Strikes Back first, but I'd pick either one for the first time. Not a big Jurassic Park guy.
Not a big Jurassic Park guy. So what about you, Marvin? You had Jurassic Park on your mountain.
no, Star Wars all the way. I mean that memory back then of seeing that movie for the first time, like it was amazing.
I will say this: Empire Strikes Back probably was my first as well, but it's not my favorite.
No, I guess my question for clarification: are we rewatching this movie for the first time, like at its release date, or like in 2026?
Like you had never seen it. I don't care when you watch.
But I'm saying, like, have we seen everything else? And then it's like, if a New Hope came out today exactly as it is,
never saw anything from these franchises. Yes. Okay. Yes. So it originally back in the 70s, you're watching it.
Okay, so I'm going back and I'm seeing it. Yeah, then it's absolutely Star Wars.
And you're standing in line because you can't or get tickets ahead of time.
Here's a great one. So, anyways, I was gonna say Empire Strikes Back. I love that movie. It's one of my top favorite movies of all time. But it's not my favorite Star Wars. To me, the nostalgia is just super heavy. The figures, the everything. It's Return of the Jedi for me all day, every day. Here's a fun one. This is a great thought. Have Christopher Nolan direct your life story or Steven Spielberg?
Wow.
I mean, I couldn't do Nolan because then no one would ever hear me talk. Just be my mouth would move, and then the music would come up, and no one would hear me. So
that's
But
good.
on the other hand, if it's Spielberg, he's going to throw aliens in there for no reason.
Yeah, you like the last. Well, not. I guess it wasn't the last one, but like Indiana Jones. We won't talk about that one.
I'm gonna go Spielberg. I feel like he can make anything happen, though.
I mean, I'm a Spielberg guy. There's not much that he's done that I'm like, this sucks. I like Nolan too. We did directors not long back, and both of those guys made the mountains.
I think I'd go Nolan.
All right. So these are creative guys here. Y'all are talking about creativity, practical effects, CGI heavy. Where are we at?
Practical effects.
I got a thought on this. I'll let you guys talk.
So either practical effects movies forever or just CGI movies forever.
Practical effects. I like the practical effects in Mad Max.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there was a lot of CGI. Oh, the original Mad Max.
No, I'm talking Fury Road.
There was a lot of CGI in Fury Road.
There was quite a bit, but they did mostly practical effects, like the fire guitar and the sandstorm and all of that stuff. It always looks significantly better.
I'm gonna go practical effects. Part of, and this is I'm 100% admitting, and this is no like breaking news for anybody. I say things that are unpopular a lot on this show. I'm surprised that I'm still here, but
man, it's your show.
Right. That's the only way I'd still be here. If I was a guest, I'd never be welcome back. I get it. but part of
Pokemon Snap. Nobody said it yet. What's up, Barry?
Look, part of the reason that I have not been big into the MCU is sometimes I'll watch one of those movies and I'm like, I'm watching I'm watching everything done on a computer, and it's impressive and it's cool. And I know in the theater it looks great and everything, but I'm like, a lot of these are relying 100%, in my opinion, on the CGI and stuff. So I'm not saying eliminate CGI completely, because I think, again, it has its place for sure. But I love the practical effects side of it. So I would definitely be more in that one.
I'm going to have to go in the opposite direction. I'm
kind of on the fence. I love sci-fi and fantasy so much. The magic, the space, when you go back, like we talk about Krull, I mean, that's a fun movie, but when you see something new that is using these effects and like that, now on a regular old movie that doesn't fit in those certain genres, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I would probably go CGI. I'd probably go CGI.
Well, I mean, a good example is the Incredible Hulk TV series versus the movies.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. Exactly. Yep.
So it's just Lou Ferrigno painted green with green slippers on, because he was wearing slippers on his feet when he was Hulk. And then you get 7 foot tall Hulk in the movie, and it's like he's biting off missiles, the head off of missiles and everything like that. That's something that it's like you can't replace that. So I mean, while they've overused CGI to the point of they're not even on a set in some places, sometimes it's all great like that. But and then there's also the safety of the stunt workers. There isn't anything I find more disturbing than finding out in a movie that someone was hurt making a movie. Or like in the Twilight Zone, the movie, when the helicopter landed on the children and stuff. So I would rather them CGI the heck out of it than keep people out of danger in some cases.
That's a good point. Here, I got 2, maybe 3 more. 2. All right, this one's great. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, especially as storytellers, as you guys are writers. And would you rather direct a masterpiece movie or be able to act into 10 blockbuster good movies? So be an actor in 10 really good movies, or direct the masterpiece of a movie, like perfect movie.
I want to say that acting takes a lot of skill and talent and memory. I've done some acting before, and it's not my thing. So I'm going to go directing, because I mean that's vision. That's what as a writer, I'm a director. So that's vision of, hey, be here, hey, be there, hey, do that line again. I want to hear it again, and things like that. But acting, no, I can't.
Barry, thanks for the thumbs up. Speaking of that, everybody go like the stream. It helps the stream afterwards to get out. All right. What do you think?
Actor for sure, because I'm an extrovert and I just want to be out there. I don't want to be in the background. I mean, not that directing, but I want to be. That's just where I want to be. And there's a chance that I can be in a movie with Will Ferrell or Jack Black. So like win-win, right?
Which are both American treasures. How about you, Giles?
For me, as an aspiring author and a dungeon master, I know that a lot of it feels like it would fit more in the director, but I want to entertain and I want to see people's reactions. So I would much rather be an actor. I wish I had the talent to be an actor. I'm sure I could learn, but I would love to be an actor and be in 10 blockbuster movies. And then, I'd be able to leverage that success to do some really cool things for God as a side effect. But I also love just entertaining, and like for my games, I'll try to throw on like actor voices. They won't come through well for these with my mic, but I've developed a bit of a Keanu Reeves impersonation, not the parody Bill and Ted, but like the actual John Wick, and I can do a couple of other pretty decent characters. Mark Hamill's Joker is the one that always ruins my voice.
Yeah.
All right. I would go the directing of a movie.
I know. Yeah, you're 100%.
And I'm just gonna say I'm more of an introvert, even though this is my safe zone. I'm more of an introvert, but the idea of writing, it's been stuck on me since a little kid. I just love to write, even though I'm not what I would consider a writer. And the whole point is I've always just wanted to leave a legacy. And so having one just banger movie and being like, that's the one I wrote, I don't have to do it. Yeah, that kind of thing is just awesome. Acting, yeah, I kind of feel, Marvin, like you're saying, I almost went to be an extra in one of the, I think it was Infinity War, one of them. Yeah. I say go to be an extra. I was going to go try out. And just the idea of walking on to try out was like, enough. No, I don't want to do that. They were like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Which is weird.
On a bit of a serious note, your kids are going to be your legacy. That's the legacy that you leave behind.
Absolutely.
I mean, most of the time, your name is going to be forgotten within 4 generations of your death, and unless you're either going to change the world for positive, like the Rushmores, or if you're going to change the world for the negative, like war criminals.
Yeah, I love that point. That is a great point, and there is nothing more. There is literally nothing more rewarding than being a dad. Just nothing. Here's a fun one: Fight Club or Pulp Fiction?
Bro.
Well, there's one rule about Fight Club. We can't talk about it. So Pulp Fiction, it's kind of defeated itself.
Yeah. Are you guys Fight Club ones?
Yeah, I'll go. I like Fight Club again because it's more imagination and creativity of the story, because you got a guy who's pretty much beating his own, like kicking his own butt in the parking lot.
Yeah. Fight Club was on my list of potential just because of the storytelling.
Yeah.
I owned that one on DVD at one point. I think I got rid of it a couple years ago in a junk purge. But yeah, that was a go-to movie for me for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brad Pitt's in shapeness is what I aspire to, but I don't have 8 hours a day to go to the gym and then thousands of dollars to hire a nutritionist. And I like eating food too much.
Yeah. This summer I plan on it, but I'm sure I'll start school again and be like, yeah, I missed out on those 2 months. I didn't do it. But I really want to I got to. Hey, here's one of my favorites. It's kind of, whenever I do Would You Rather, I always think of, would you rather ice cream that tastes like poop or poop that tastes like ice cream? That kind of thing. It's like, okay, I don't really like either one, but I got to pick one. Here's one. Never watch your favorite movie ever again, or only watch your favorite movie ever again. And I know
watch my favorite movie.
That's what I do.
Yeah. I mean, that is what Andy does. It's like just repeat.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, imagination, right? I've got it up here. I don't have to watch it. I mean, I know everything that happens.
So never watch your favorite movie.
I don't have to. You got it.
Got it right.
But that'll give me reason to watch new stuff that I haven't watched. This on my watch list I'll never get to.
Hey man, we are super thankful for you guys to be here. This is the show. Creative movies, guys. Next week we are talking top 4 underrated cartoon theme songs. So kind of a mix with music and whatever. We'll have 2 great Christian creators. We'll have Next Gen Nerd, which is CJ Burrows, and we'll have Hector Mire, which actually wrote these 2 devotionals, and he's wrote like 100 others. So they'll be on next week. I think they're the next week. We've got a lot of moving and shaking, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Speaking of that, Andy, I went and watched the old one again and wrote all of our picks in case, because they're underrated. And so we probably shouldn't have picked them before. So I'll send you that. Guys, you guys have been perfect for this, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time. And thanks, Barry. Thanks, Quentin, which is Religious Fanboy. Thanks, Steven, which is Flipper Dude. Thanks, Mike, which is Hammy and Son. Thanks, Girl Dad, which is actually Andy on the panel. Mariano, and so on and so forth, all the way back. Bryce and Jared and so many friends, Agent Smith. You guys, can you share what you guys are doing? since Marvin, you went second last time, you can go first this time.
Sure. So
tell everybody about the Edge, where they can find you, how they can find you, how they can support you before we head out.
So head up to comicsburg.com. You can get the Edge and all the Comicsburg titles. If you are in the Pittsburgh area, we're coming up on con season. So con at the end of this month, Bookfest. And then the big one, June 6th and 7th, Three Rivers Comic Con. Again, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, stop at one of those and pick up some books.
Awesome. I definitely want to, I'm going to go check out Comicsburg right now after we get off the show. But yeah, I'm excited to learn a little bit more about the Edge. Thanks for being here, Marvin. Thanks for reaching out. And we'd love to have you again for any topic, whatever. Giles,
I got a theme song for you before you go to Giles. I got a terrible one for you from the Wildcats cartoon.
Wildcats cartoon. I think no, I got the list right here. It wasn't Wildcats. It was something else that they mentioned. I was like,
it's awful.
So Giles, you're up. Tell everybody all about Disciple Gaming and your little niche of the world, and let's get people over there and supporting this ministry. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, so it's disciplegaming.com, Disciple Gaming Ministry. We're just playing role-playing games. It's discipleship opportunities. We're applying biblical doctrine at the table. We're playing as if God is at the table with us. And we're building community, kind of like the end of Acts chapter 2, where everybody was learning with the disciples and having a meal together, just building relationships. I'm also working with non-Christian gamers and just showing them that, I go to church. I'm a pastor. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I play Pathfinder. I play Daggerheart. I'm actually running a Fallout campaign too. I'm running 4 different tables right now, so I am super crazy busy, and I'm preaching twice this month. So it's been pretty hectic, but we're just playing games, bringing God and gaming together with specifically tabletop role-playing games, in-person ministry.
Dude, that's so awesome. And I saw that you got a chance, and then obviously you're in Colorado, but you got a chance to go to NCMS, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah. One of the guys who helps plan it, Zach, he's in one of the games that I run. He's playing in the Fallout campaign once a month.
I really wanted to go this year. I wanted to go last year, and the timing just didn't work out. This year, the finances didn't work out this time. But I am already like biting my fingernails. Like next year, you go to Orlando. I want to go down that way. So hopefully we'll get to hang out. And hopefully I'll be able to drag Andy with me. But I've been wanting to go to that, as well as Reach Conference, which is in Orlando as well. So I've been wanting to do that as well. So hopefully I'll get to do that. So if for you guys that don't know online, that's a nerd ministry like conference where everybody kind of comes together and plays games, talks, have great speakers, and gets to network. And just really been wanting to do that. And so I saw you there. I saw maybe in one of the videos you walked by, I think, and I was like, that's Giles right there. Because I watched all the replays. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for being here. Thanks everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys so much. You guys are so welcome back. And this is our show. If you ever need us on your side of the world, let us know. We'd come hang out with you guys. Andy is all on board, Giles, to jump in a campaign. I promise you. And
mess the whole thing up. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll admit, my favorite thing to do is bring in new players. I love playing with people who aren't super familiar with it, and I'll walk you step by step through it to help you tell the story that you want to help tell with the rest of the players. So I try to make it a group activity that everybody comes away having the best time possible.
Yeah, that's one thing I've never done is actually play. I've played, tons of board games, but I never have played the tabletop role playing type style game where it's mainly just storytelling instead of really, conquering that kind of thing.
It's community storytelling with moments of tension decided by a die roll, as Brennan Lee Mulligan says.
Oh, Quentin says, no way. That's why I recognized you. He must have seen you there too.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyways, well, with that being said, Marvin, thank you. Giles, thank you. Everybody in the chat, thank you. Andy, time to go. Good night.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for all the chat. It's time to say goodnight. Let's say it like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about
your top four.
Four
And nothing more.
Peace.